Here from Healing Humanity, the power of a proper human diet, coming to you live from the basement of the world famous Montello Theater. Hello. Hey, we got Bob Eater. Bob, how's it going, Bob? Hope you're doing well. Jen and I have been spending a lot of time at the movie theater recently. We have a private party above us right now for the next 3 hours or so. And I have a live stream this afternoon I'm really looking forward to with Larry, Carnivore Soldier. He's doing some amazing work. That is at 4:15 after our private party. So I had some time. I thought it'd be fun to just come on and do sort of a random live stream. Talk about anything you guys want to talk about carnivore, talk about movies, talk about anything. So see here, I got some questions for Larry. If you guys can think of any questions for my interview, I've got some really good questions I'm looking forward to discussing with Carnivore Soldier Larry later today. But if you guys have any, please let me know. If you have any questions or anything you want to discuss in the comments, feel free to leave a comment on the side there. Got a lot of people jumping in here. We got my friend Bob Eater. How's it going? Doing well. Awesome. Dan is on. Lori, Carnivore Cheer. How you doing, Lori? Really enjoyed talking to you the other day. Michelle, Rachel, hello. Donna Peters, Kerry, I just watched the whole interview with Dr. Seafried. It was one of the best I've seen in the carnivore space to date. Oh, thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. I think you're referring to the recent one I did with Jeff DeProsperous, and to give credit where due, all credit goes to Jeff DeProsperous on that one. He had some very, very good follow-up questions for Professor Seafried. Huge shout out to Jeff DeProsperous and Ronnie Campbell. Those two are just amazing, sharing their story, inspiring people. And I never would have connected with Professor Seafried if not for Jeff. And now that first video we did has over 400,000 views, and we're getting countless comments and questions and inquiries, positive stories too from people that have listened to Professor Seafried years ago and had success with metabolic therapy. So I really appreciate that, Donna. Thank you. Beyond Citizens, $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Every penny we get from that goes to the Healing Humanity documentary. Kerry, you're my hero. Can I find a way to get in contact with you? Oh, thank you so much. You can certainly email me. That's the best way to reach me. My email is homesteadhow@gmail.com. homesteadhow@gmail.com. And maybe put Beyond Citizens or something in the subject just to make sure I see it, but I'll look out for your email for sure. And I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. I'm so excited for Healing Humanity. I know I say this all the time, but I was working on it again this morning. This week, Adam and I are meeting with the editor that's going to help us take what I have really roughed out and color grade it and take it to that cinematic level. This guy is an amazing cinematographer we're working with. Like what I have is so good. I think it's like almost there, but just we have to have it perfect. So that's kind of the next big step on that. And this isn't a trailer, like just a 2-minute trailer. Right now, I actually have 30 minutes that we have to condense down to 10 minutes. And I don't know what to take out. So it's going to be great having John and Adam help with that, take it to the next level for sure. I've been looking at it so long, but getting that down to 10 minutes and showing like, here's what we have so far is very exciting. So I can't wait to do that. Danny Mullen, good morning, Kerry from Lake Cushman, Washington. Love your videos and passion. Oh, thank you, Danny. I appreciate it. You guys are so nice. I've been getting some really good feedback. Carnivore Farmer, how's it going, buddy? Good afternoon. Carnivore Farmer, you're down in Tennessee by Dr. Barry, right? I know we talked once on the phone, I believe. Would love to get down there at some time. In fact, we're hoping to get down to film. I just mentioned the pre-movie trailer that I'm working on. We're calling it a torch. It's very, very close. One missing part of it before we completely finalize it is I'd really like to film with Dr. Barry in person, professionally, with the Netflix approved cinema grade camera. I've already filmed with Dr. Barry a couple times in live streams like this with my name in the corner and all this, and it's not very good resolution and the lighting's not perfect. So hoping to get down there soon. We're trying to schedule that as the next step as well. Nancy Chandler, good day to do a live. It's even cold in SoCal. It is freezing here. Let me look real quick here. I think we had the lowest temperature in the state in my city. It says I'm at 0 right now, but with the feels like it was drastically below 0 Fahrenheit. So pretty darn cold. It's warm in here. It's nice and toasty here in the movie theater, though. Greetings, exposing darkness. Lori, great to hear you're interviewing Carnivore Soldier. I am honored to interview Carnivore Soldier. I'm really happy. I spent some time with him before. I did a live stream with him and Dante, and Larry's just amazing, and what he's doing for veterans and folks with depression and PTSD is incredible. So I want to spread the word. He just did a big meetup too. He sent me a picture from that. It looked like it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing more meetups in the new year. Howdy, Marilyn. How you doing? Donna said Jeff is getting to be a rocket scientist about these things. He's epic. Yes. Next level. I'm learning so much from Jeff and from Professor Seafried and from Jeff's friend Dwight. Don said, I just watched You Are What You Eat experiment on Netflix, pushing plant-based. Yeah. That is the one thing that I'm going to be very proud of with our documentary, Healing Humanity. It's so hard to get a documentary made. It's very expensive. And oftentimes, and unfortunately, most of those have some sort of bias or motivation or sponsorship. And in the case of that one, Don, I don't even think they really hit it very much. That was sponsored by Beyond Meat. Totally plant-based agenda, funding, everything. Oh, but we're not going to bias it at all whatsoever. I believe Dr. Barry and Nisha did a sort of a review talking about that, and they weren't able to watch. I think they said they watched the first and the last part of it, and yeah. Unfortunately, I always tell people that was one of the biggest things I've learned on Carnivore. You have to question everything. What is the motivation for this? Especially mainstream news these days. All the studies they're always quoting. Oh, you can't eat meat. It's going to give you a heart attack. You can't have eggs. They're great for you. Eggs are going to kill you. They're great for you. They're going to kill you. Like my whole life, I don't know how many different messages I've heard about eggs or coffee or this or that. These nutritional studies are just, they're a complete joke. And every one of them is biased in some way. They have some sort of agenda they're trying to push. It's very rare. There's just science for the sake of science. And like, this is what's good for humans, and we're doing this for the good of humanity. No, we're doing it so we can sell more Kellogg's cereal and Pop-Tarts and push more people towards plants and away from meat. Rachel says, waiting for the snowstorm to hit Memphis in a couple of hours. Bob Eater down 148, or day 148, down 100 pounds. That is incredible. Bob, think of someone said this to me yesterday. I love this one. Think of a 10-pound bowling ball. You are carrying around 10 10-pound bowling balls that you no longer have to carry around. Good job, Bob. That's incredible. You got to just take a second, Bob. I tell this to my friend Bill as well. Look in the mirror. Next time you go in your bathroom, look in the mirror, look at yourself, and be proud of yourself and what you did, because that's an amazing achievement that many people will never experience because they're too scared to change. People fear change, and then they just go along with the norms their whole life. And they're never going to know how good it feels to not carry around an extra 10 bowling balls, to not have inflammation, to not have depression and anxiety, to not have brain fog. Man, it's such a shame there's so many people that are not going to be able to feel like a proper human, like most of us on here are. Izzy Davis, been doing Carnivore 112 days, doing well. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Izzy. Congratulations. 112 days. If you're like me, I hope every 10 days or so, you got to celebrate. Like, oh, of course, on day 100, I just hit day 100. Got to go get a big ribeye. Just hit day 110. Got to reward myself. Every day seems like a reward on Carnivore. Exposing Darkness just finished a live with Dr. Seafried. Oh, that's amazing. I'm going to have to check that one out. Exposing Darkness. He is just amazing and fired up and passionate, as he should be. I am angry on his behalf that he's been talking about this stuff and metabolic therapy for one of the videos I watched that just really was like, I got to talk to this guy. I have to learn more from him. Was just incredible. It was cancer as a metabolic disease with a metabolic treatment, something like that. And it was amazing. And it was like groundbreaking. I'm like, this is groundbreaking stuff. And then I looked, it was 8 years old. He's been talking about this stuff forever now. And it's just so hard to get people to listen. I got to check that out though. Exposing Darkness. Dave, hi from Puerto Rico. Hello, hello. Bob, when are you doing the interview with Dr. Barry? Adam and I were trying to get a hold and schedule that with him. I've done a couple now with Dr. Barry, but we're trying to schedule the in-person one on location in Tennessee. So soon, as soon as available, as soon as we can make the schedules work, because he's obviously a very, very busy person. So we're working on that as a next step as well. I Create Crafts. That's Jen. Shout out I Create Crafts. Anyone interested in crafting shirts, cups, cricket machine stuff? Jen does all that stuff. She is upstairs in the theater right now. We just we have a big, well, not a big one, but a fun one. It wasn't big because of the weather, unfortunately, but we have a private party going on above us right now. They're watching the movie Jumanji, the new one. So I think it was a 4-H group. So that's pretty cool. Yesterday we had a birthday party and they watched Princess Bride. Great movie. Really fun group of people. It's Jen and I, every time we're in here, we're just pinching ourselves. I can't believe we're actually running and owning a movie theater. It's so grateful, thankful, blessed. It's you know, when I tell people that, they're like, ooh, must be nice. Mr. Fancy over there owns a movie theater. It is nice. It's a blessing. I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful. But it's not like most people think. It's not glamorous like most people think. It's similar to Healing Humanity, the documentary I'm working on. It's a passion project for us. We've been in here over a year now. We've been running the theater for over a year now. We went into it knowing we're not going to make any money on this. We're going to be lucky if we break even and make enough money to maintain the building that goes back to 1859, since before Lincoln was president. All of our prices are dirt cheap. $5 a ticket. We're trying to keep it family friendly, fair prices. We got a lot of seniors and families coming in, but it is a blessing. And it's really kind of fun to run a business, not with the sole purpose of being cutthroat and making profits and bottom line and just trying to make money, just doing it because it's something we really enjoy. The community loves it. We're meeting so many people. And there's so much history in this building. Like I said, it goes back to before Lincoln was president. Like, can you even imagine that? 1859, people were sitting above my head, looking at a stage, watching a play. This building was here before electricity, before the airplane was invented, before the World War I, World War II. This building was here through all of that history. It's just incredible to me. So I really love the history of the building. And Healing Humanity, the Power of the Proper Human Diet is my biggest passion, but the movie theater is also one of those, and both of them are very interesting in that I will never make a penny from either of them. I mean, who knows with the movie theater, maybe I'll make a penny at some point. That's not to say we weren't profitable. The first year we were profitable, but we took every penny, we put it back into the building, and then we saved it for future building funds and for when times get slow, like there was a big writer's strike and it was a little slow for a while. But I will never make a penny from Healing Humanity. Even if for some reason, if like Netflix was like, here's $1 million, which isn't going to happen, by the way. But even if that happened, I'm not taking a penny from it for the very reason it's just, I believe we're in the situation we are right now, which is more dire than most people realize with nutrition, with the skyrocketing health issues, depression, anxiety amongst young people. It's at unprecedented levels right now. College students, it's like almost half of them have mental health disorder, anxiety, depression, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancers. It's just rampant. And I believe that is due to greed. Greed. And so much of what we're learning and seeing and becomes normal is also affected by greed, like the documentaries people were talking about, like you're watching the news, like the politicians, like the mainstream media. There's always an agenda and there's always some money behind it. So unfortunately, it takes money to make a documentary like Healing Humanity. But fortunately, in this very rare scenario, it's not going to be biased. It's not going to be biased agenda money behind some company like Kellogg's, or Beyond Meat trying to sell something for you. I'm not trying to sell anything with Healing Humanity other than I believe the proper human diet can change your life. And it's changed so many people's lives. And it's not an anecdote. And there's not studies on it yet, like there are other things, because there's no money to be made if people fast, eat the proper human diet, eat meat, and they all feel better and get better and they don't need medication anymore. So I'm really excited about that. And we're doing it. We're going to do it. We're doing it. It's not easy, but I'm so thankful for all of our members and the super chats and the stickers and things like that. I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but I want that to be clear to people. I think that's something really unique about the project we're working on here for sure. Marilyn said, congrats to everyone who has had healing from carnivore. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, my buddy Mike, family, what's up? Hey, family, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Mima Flowers said, I may be one of the few who did not go on keto to lose weight. I've always been thin, French blood. I got on keto after leaky gut from meds and plant smoothies. Leaky gut is deadly. Yes. Mima Flowers, I've heard this from several people that have become friends now. Kerry from My Metamorphosis, she's doing carnivore and trying not to lose weight. Bunch of people. Primal Mike's on here. He's building muscle on carnivore keto. So the leaky gut thing, my goodness, I've learned a lot more about that recently with glyphosate and Roundup. That has been, there's been some science and some studies and some videos I've watched on that. I've started going down that rabbit hole, that is also something that can cause leaky gut. And it can also break the blood-brain barrier and cause mental health issues, possibly dementia, things like that. They're still studying it more and more. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I'm hoping that you're doing better. And thank you for the comment. Shout out Bill Knott. Bill, what's going on, buddy? Bill has entered Elvis has entered the building. Bill is doing awesome. I'm not going to speak for Bill. Bill, when's the next video coming out? Is that tomorrow? I'm looking forward to Bill's next videos. And if you didn't watch Bill's last video, you guys are missing out. Bill was just texting me on some of his developments, and it's incredible. I'm so happy for him. I'm so excited for him. And I can't wait to learn more in the next video. You guys got to stay subscribed to Bill's channel and keep watching because he's got some really exciting things coming down the pipeline for sure. Michelle, my husband and I watched you since day one. Amazing. Love your videos. Oh, thank you so much. I would not be doing these videos if it wasn't for comments like Michelle's. I'm so fortunate and blessed, but I've been getting so many comments like that where people are like, your videos inspired me. Do more of that. We need that sort of thing. I'm like, oh, really? I was just trying to talk about carnivore because I was fired up about it. But if it's helping you guys, it's just kind of a win-win. Wow, we got a couple super chats here. I got to pay attention here. Billy, boy, $10. Let's support healing humanity. Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Westfield 90, you're always so generous. Thank you, Westfield 90, $5 super sticker. Marilyn Clute, another great commenter. Thank you, Marilyn. $10 super sticker. Appreciate it. Beyond Citizen sent you an email, subject #1 fan, Beyond Citizens. I will definitely read it when I'm off this call and I'll get back to you. I'm usually really good at email and getting back. And then we have a new member, Kel. Shout out. Kel became a YouTube member. Really appreciate that, Kel. We got a bunch of members on here now too. If you're a member of the channel, every single penny from that goes to healing humanity. Every donation above my head here in the GoFundMe goes to healing humanity. But I really appreciate the members. And every week we do a members only live stream at 3:00 Central Time. I also, when I'm traveling around filming for the documentary, I try to do members only photos, videos, if I can. I got to do more of those. I've done some of those. And if you're a member, I always try to answer your comments first. You could shoot me emails, things like that. And I really, really appreciate all the members out there. Plus, so many of them have just become good friends, which is awesome. So everyone saying hi to Bill. Hello, Bill. Hello, Bill. Marilyn Clute, the story about Sweet Pea had me bawling and laughing. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, isn't that a crazy story? That was 5 years ago. And we filmed all that, of course, 5 years ago. And I'm trying to be so careful. I got yelled at once before for doing clickbait, and it was kind of clickbaity. This thing I don't think was clickbaity, but someone left me a comment. They're like, this better not be clickbait because the title was tragedy. I don't think that was clickbait. So our cat Sweet Pea 5 years ago, she got between our dog and his bone, and he just snapped for a second and he bit her. And she had it went right into her brain. She had brain damage and blood everywhere, and she almost died. So in my mind, that was tragic. That's what I put on the thumbnail, a picture of the cat with the word tragic. It's almost like clickbait. Stop. I'm like, I don't think that's clickbait. That's exactly what I'm suggesting is in the video. But anyhow, Sweet Pea recovered amazingly. She was just lifeless and limp on the ground for months. We had to hand feed her. She kind of got better for the last 5 years, but she had a ton of seizures and her eye was messed up, and she'd walk into walls and she'd strut around and she could use the litter box, but there's definitely something wrong with her. Well, she's been carnivore for 30 days now. Emma did the second part of the video on her channel, and since going carnivore, it's been incredible, the change. So she hasn't had any more seizures. Her eyes clearing up. She's not walking into the walls anymore. And you could just see like her fur feels softer and everything about her. It's the same from our two dogs, Baxter and Ray. They've been carnivore for over 30 days now, and they're doing incredible. They're like puppies again. Jen, I got to post this live stream. For breakfast, I've been on this kick lately. I haven't had any bacon in 7 days. Shout out Bill Knott encouraging me to get off the bacon. Nothing wrong with bacon. Oh, everyone gets mad when I say I'm done eating bacon for a while. I was simply eating too much. You can have too much of anything. You can drink too much water. If I drink this water and I drank 100 gallons, that might not be good for me. I was eating too much bacon. So I'm like, I'm just going to chill on the bacon for a while. Jen's been making me these omelets for breakfast. Ground beef inside an omelet and then some butter on the side, and they're incredible. Well, she made me one this morning, and then she had some extra, so she made two for the dog. So Baxter, Ray, and myself ate breakfast together. We had carnivore omelets with ground beef in them. So long story short, thank you, Marilyn. Sweet Pea, our cat, is doing awesome as a carnivore. Tiggs, our other cat, is doing awesome, and our dogs are doing incredible. It's really amazing. Jen said, unfortunately, I wanted to be on this one with Kerry. So she spelled my name wrong. That's my own wife. She was probably talking into her phone. But I'm upstairs while we're having a private showing right now. One of these times, I hope to get on to say hi. Jen, quick update on Jen. She did a short yesterday. She did carnivore with me. She jumped right in from vegetarian to carnivore. Everyone, let's learn from Jen's learned. Everyone's learned. I'm not shaming Jen. Don't do that. You have to ease into carnivore, especially if you're going from the vegan vegetarian diet. She jumped right in and she did really well for a while. She stopped snoring. She was feeling great. And then she got the keto flu and she got sick. And then she's like, I don't want to have anything to do with this. And then she went on keto, and she's been doing keto for a long time. Now she's getting back into ketovore. So keto, in my definition, is 20 carbs or less a day. Now she's doing ketovore, which is 10 carbs or less a day. She's getting more into carnivore. She's had a couple carnivore meals with me. The other day, I had this kick where I was making scrambled eggs and ground beef. It's like my new thing, eggs and ground beef. I don't know why. I love it. I made a couple plates of that up, and she's eating carnivore dinners with me. So she's doing better, baby steps. But she did a short yesterday, and she did a short today that we haven't quite posted yet. So she's going to do more updates because she just did a little update. She said, I'm doing good. I'm moving more towards ketovore, and the carnivore community. Incredible. The encouragement she got. She's like, this is I said, what do you think I'm doing this for all the time? This community's great. So supportive of Jen. So she's going to do more shorts. She has her own channel too about crafting. I Create Crafts. So if you guys want to check that out too, she just did a new video. Bill is in the house. Bill. Love it. Carnivore Farmer, we have a forecast 4 to 8 inches of snow in West Tennessee tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, we got hit with it. I have in front of my window by my office, no joke, it's like 3 or 4 feet high. It drifted in some areas. Luckily, we have a plow on the homestead, but I had to plow several times just to keep up with things. Beyond Citizens, I shouted you out on Intentional Carnivore live stream the other day. That's the video that changed my life. Hold on a second here. So my friend Adam always is telling me about these little weird, crazy coincidences that happen. Let me show you this. When I saw your name, Beyond Citizens, I got this carnivore brain now. It's like a steel trap. I don't forget anything. I remembered your name and that I saw you somewhere else. I know you've been on here once before talking. Look at this. What is that right there? Boom. That is crazy. So Beyond Citizens, I was very busy the other day, and I saw this live stream pop up with my friends. I'm going to be doing a video with Dave Mack and Carnivore Kip is awesome too. Anyways, I saw that these guys were doing a stream, and I had like 2 minutes before I was coming to the theater. I popped on there, and right when I popped on, I saw this. So I was like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Because you mentioned Kerry from Homestead House. So I took a quick screenshot of that. I have. Why is he doing that? Do you ask? I keep getting these people. They're like, "Oh, Kerry, I saw your video. It inspired me. I did this. I did that," and I put them in here. And then every now and then I'll do a video where it's like, "Look at all the good news I've heard on carnivore." So Beyond Citizen, what are the odds of that? You just mentioned that video. That video was probably 3 hours long. Literally, I watched 3 minutes of it, and I happened to see your comment. Keep a screenshot of it, and it's on my phone right now. So that is awesome. Thank you for your nice comment. I'm glad that in some way I was able to inspire you to change your life on the carnivore diet. I appreciate the credit. On the flip side, I got to push that back to you and tell you that you are the one that changed your life. People tell me that about Bill too. Bill is the one that changed his life. Bill made the hardest decision ever to change everything he ever knew about eating and nutrition and take a risk and do this carnivore thing. That's the hardest part. And most people won't do that. You decided to do that, but I am happy in some way my videos inspired you to do that. So I'll check out that email. Thank you. As Bill Knott says, it's Providence. That is Providence that we talk. A 3-hour video on. I watch so much YouTube too. I just happened to pop on that for 3 minutes, and I saw your comment that you just now mentioned. That's really cool. Bill Knott. Hello everyone. Speaking of Bill Knott, I got a little announcement to make. What is the date of this? Shout out to my friend Bill Knott. Shout out to all of my carnivore friends. I did that depression video. Let's see, when is this going to be here? Sorry, just 1 second. There we go. I did the depression video. I asked my friends if they could send me a testimonial if they've had mental health improvements on carnivore. Bill sent me an incredible one. That video is helping so many people. Dr. Georgia Eade, she was trained at Harvard. She's a psychiatrist. She's written books. She's been in documentaries. She's just an incredible person. She saw that video, and then we did a video together. And now she has a book coming out. And I said, I really want to do a depression and mental health live stream, a longer live stream all about depression and mental health. And so I reached out to Dr. Eade and I said, would you like to do this with me? She said 100%. So on the 30th of January, we're doing that. And I invited a bunch of people. Bill Knott said yes. So Bill is going to be there. Dr. Eade is going to be there. Jeff DeProsperous said yes, he's going to be there. Our good friend Todd Bachner's Carnivore Cure is going to be there. If anyone else is interested, I'm trying to be careful because I did this on the 10-hour live stream. Everyone come in, and then there's like 100 people, and there's not enough time for everyone to speak, and then I feel bad leaving people out. So we're going to try to keep this one more organized. It's not going to be a 10-hour live stream or a 24-hour live stream. Probably be a couple hours. More to come on that. It's not scheduled yet. We're going to schedule it soon, but I think that's going to help a lot of people out. Lori Carnivore Cheer said, hi, Bill Knott. Primal Mike, I took a cold shower earlier today, dragged myself off, and went out on my balcony for a few minutes in short sleeves with a chill temp of -30. That is awesome, Mike. Good job. Mike is awesome. If you guys aren't, check out Mike. Primal Mike, he's got a YouTube channel as well. Good friend of the channel. He came out to our Chicago meetup. I was really happy to meet him in person. Oh, this is a good question. Donna Peters. Bill, what are your temperatures like in Alaska right now? Bjorn Hansen from Sweden. Kerry, you are an inspiration. I am on my 14th day on the first 30-day journey. Looking forward to your movie. Oh, thank you so much from Sweden. Really appreciate that. Congratulations on your 14th day, too. Some people might be like, oh, it's only 14 days. No, that is hugely significant. As I always say, the hardest part of starting carnivore is day one, you deciding you want to do it. You've gotten through that hard part. Now that you're on day 14, you're probably through the other hard part of adapting and getting your body into ketosis. That can be miserable for some people, especially if you're eating a lot of sugar and processed food before that. So you're through that hard part now. Once you get into that next stage, oh, it's so much fun. It's smooth sailing. You don't have to think about what you're eating. You start noticing, I feel better. My brain feels better. My inflammation's gone. I've got more energy. Like, what is going on? My testosterone feels like it's raising. All these things will start happening as you progress past that 14 days. So congratulations. Keep us posted and good job. Thank you. Hey, it's Paul Atkins, Temple, Texas. Appreciate you. JB, -40 in Canada. That is definitely cold. Bill said it's been really cold, but today it's just a tad better. It's snowing right now. Nancy said she sent a link to Emma regarding taurine in meat. Awesome. I'll make sure she checks that one out. Julie said, "You all are amazing. Thank you, and greetings from Switzerland." Wow, we're getting people from all over the world today. Thank you, Julie. You are amazing too. Jen said, "Thanks, Nancy. Can I ask where you sent it to? I'll make sure she gets it." CJ Sanders, hi, Kerry. I live in Wisconsin, towards Racine. I would love to come visit and hang out with you for a carnivore meal one day if that would be cool. Started carnivore November 28th. Awesome, CJ. Yeah, shoot me an email, homesteadhow@gmail.com. Pretty busy focusing on the documentary, but I always love to meet people. Sometimes people will come out to the theater. I can give you a tour of the theater, show you around, but definitely reach out to me beforehand just to make sure I'm here. Sometimes Jen and I switch off days. Izzy Davis, been thinking, why did I eat all those veggies? They made me feel ill. Yeah, don't get me started on veggies and getting ill. I did a little rant video the other day. It's going kind of crazy, and it's made, a lot of people are enjoying it. Some people, even some carnivores, are saying it was a little over the top, but I ate a lot of vegetables before going carnivore, and I was very miserable, and I was eating very clean for a long time. Clean. One ingredient, vegetables. And I had IBS, and I had depression, I had anxiety, and I was probably consuming an inordinate amount of pesticides and toxins and glyphosate and all sorts of other nasty things that end up in those vegetables that we think, oh, just wash it under the sink and that's going to get everything out of it. I don't think so. I feel way better now that I'm not. Carnivore Hippos in Bikinis. The Primal Timeline is a new carnivore media star. We are upping our game. His name is Paul, and he's awesome. I agree. I emailed him too. I was like, "You're doing awesome," and he contributed to the depression video we did. So I told Paul too, like, open invite if you ever want to talk. And I'm going to be inviting Paul as well to the depression live stream we're doing at the end of the month. Yeah, he's got a great channel. He does editing and stuff for TV, and you could really tell the quality on his content's amazing. Really, really good stuff. Hey, we got another new member, Missy G72. Thank you, Missy. Oh, really appreciate it. Fred, much focus on solid cancers. Please ask Dr. Seifried on blood cancers next. 1 year carnivore battling multiple myeloma. Cheers from Puerto Rico. Thank you so much for that, Fred. 100%. I'm hoping. I am right now. I'm actively taking additional questions just like this for another follow-up with Professor Seifried. He's just incredible. I'm so thankful for any time I get to spend with him because he's very busy. But I did ask him if he would be willing to participate in our documentary, and he is. So he is the cancer specialist, and at some point we will be out in Boston filming him for the documentary. But I'm sure we will do another follow-up video sometime in the meantime, so I will ask him that for sure. Thank you so much for the super chat, too. I really appreciate it, and I wish you the best, Fred. The one thing I do remember him saying is, like, the mechanism behind all cancers is the same. We have to stop worrying like this one or this one or this one. This one gets this treatment. This one gets this treatment. In many ways, they're the same. I don't know if that applies to blood cancers or not. It's a great question. So I'll definitely follow up with him on that one. And if we do another video together, I have that on my list now. Marilyn Clute, I was a vegan 9 years, then no veggies at all. Gotta laugh. Wow. Mima Flowers, I went on keto because I was dying, could not longer eat. I was starving, knew to stay away from docs, went on GAPS, then to keto. Awesome. Carnivore with Nadine. Kerry, I bought today a cow plush toy. I named it Kerry. It's on my fridge. That is awesome. That is very funny. Thank you. Take a picture and send me that. I'll post it. I'll post it on my community tab if you want to. That's pretty funny. I create crafts. Where's it at? I think they're talking about the movie theater. Yeah, the movie theater is in Montello, Wisconsin. Montello, world famous Montello Theater. We're only open on weekends though, so if anyone is interested in coming out and meeting sometime, just shoot me an email. Heart palpitations, no more. That's incredible. It's amazing how the heart performs in ketosis. That is one thing that I think is undisputed. The heart and the brain function more efficiently while the body is in ketosis, while you're fueling your body with ketones versus carbs and sugar. And I have certainly noticed that myself as someone with an irregular heartbeat I've had lifelong that is gone now on carnivore. Blows my mind. And I was diagnosed with a low ejection fraction, and I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. I don't know if that is gone yet. I'm got to do tests. Quick update on that. Had a lot of people ask me. I announced a couple months ago in December, I'm going in to get all my heart work done so I could say, look, I don't have an irregular heartbeat anymore. Look, what is do my ejection fraction again? I want to know what it's at. Has it gone away? Because I feel so much better. Long story short, I went in for that appointment, which was scheduled. I scheduled it months and months ago. They're like, the only time we can get you in is like, it was like December 14th. It was about a month ago. I put it on my calendar. I said 100%. I'm going to take it. If you get anything earlier, let me in. They didn't get me anything earlier. I went into that appointment very excited. I even brought a camera with. I was going to ask them for permission if I could record it so I could share this with people. December 14th, I went in. The receptionist like, oh no, we called you and tried to tell you something came up and the scheduling switched and the cardiologist is at a different location. You have to come in later. The earliest we can get you in now is in the middle of January. Long story short, I'm self-employed. I pay thousands and thousands of ridiculous amounts of dollars for insurance. Our deductible last year was met. Had I made that appointment just a couple of weeks ago, I would have had to pay hardly anything out of pocket. Now, if I go just 2 weeks later because it's the new year, literally it's going to cost me thousands and thousands of dollars. All of those tests they have to do are going to be out of pocket costs. So I am trying to figure out when to go in or if I want to. The thing is, if I had a heart problem or if I had an ailment or issue or something, or I broke a leg or I needed surgery, I would go into the hospital. This, I'm really just want to go in to be able to say, look at how amazing I'm doing. And can you quantify this with some of the tests? But I don't have a health problem wrong. So it's hard to justify spending thousands and thousands of my own money on this. So I don't know. Jen and I are still talking about it. We just recently switched insurance. So we're going to see what happens in the new year. Sorry, that was a very long explanation for heart palpitations, but my irregular heartbeat that I've had my entire life is gone on carnivore. And Jen noticed that, I don't know, like 2 months ago or something, we were watching a movie and she had her head on my chest. She's like, your irregular heartbeat is gone. I've had it my whole life. It's just kind of crazy. I feel so much better on like before I would do this, stand up, sit down, stand up. I would stand up. I would get so dizzy, so faint. I have none of that anymore. I could stand up right now. I could run around in circles for 3 hours. And I wouldn't get tired. It's crazy. Man, lots of great comments. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Another one from Billy Boy, $10 super chat. To God, the creator of carnivores, be the glory. He is good. Amen. 100%. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Hey, it's Rick. Charger Mopar. I get bored trying to watch movies. Yeah. Rick, question for you, sir. As a 40-plus year carnivore, do you get bored watching movies your whole life, or is it a more recent phenomenon? Because a lot of people are having that happen. It's just like everything in the world right now is so condensed and so I'm not saying that for you, Rick, but for a lot of people because of this. It's like the YouTube shorts and the TikToks and everything. It's just like quick. I think a lot of us, myself included, my attention span isn't what it was before. I'm like, bored. Next. But there are some good movies out there I can really get into. Love this one, Jill. Just go to Dr. Barry's house, knock, and cook him a dinner. Hey, we're carnivores. We're wondering if we can cook you dinner. That is an awesome idea, actually. That is a very good idea. Cooking Dr. Barry. So if you guys don't know what the heck I'm talking about, my good buddy JT Poco Moonshine family and we went to stranger. We decided to do a YouTube video. We're going to knock on the door of strangers, ask them if we can cook them a carnivore dinner. Well, we went to do that, and JT, being the charismatic knucklehead that he is, I mean that with love. He calls me a knucklehead all the time. The first door he knocked on, they said yes. And we went in their house and we cooked them dinner. And we wanted to knock on a couple doors to get some rejections because it would have been entertaining for the YouTube content. The first people were like, all right, let's do it. And they were the coolest people ever. We're going to do more videos like that. We got JT and I have some plans. We want to keep this fun and it's more entertaining, but going to Dr. Barry's house would be fun. I was just talking to JT on the phone yesterday about another plan we have for knocking on the door of strangers and cooking them carnivore dinner. So more to come soon on that. My main and primary focus is on healing humanity. But the truth of the matter is doing videos like that, keep the momentum going. And then people are signing up and they're registering for the newsletter and they're excited about carnivore so that when the documentary does come out, we're going to have more of an audience. And when we go to a studio and we say, look at all this momentum we have on YouTube, that's going to play into the studio. So in some ways, doing these YouTube videos helps with that. Plus, we may uncover other stories. Like maybe one of these people, we knock on their door. This is a little hint for the next video. They're actually really interested in doing carnivore. They know nothing about it, but maybe it could change their life, and that could be a part of the story as well. So love that comment, Jill. And I'm gonna talk to Adam about that some more. That would be fun. Hey, Dr. Barry, while we're filming you mind if we just make you dinner? Why not? That'd be cool. Let me reverse sear you a ribeye. Nancy Chandler, I love The Princess Bride. Yeah, that's my friend Adam. That's his favorite movie as well. I had to text him. I was like, we got a private party at the theater today. They're playing Princess Bride. You know, speaking of the theater, I just want to say this one other thing too on the documentary. We are doing it as quickly as we can, but doing the best job we can. So not going too quick. I've had a couple people say, we want the documentary already. What is taking so long? Where is it going? Well, first of all, we're trying to film people for a year. Our friend Bill, who's in here as well. Now, Bill, where are you at right now? You're not even at half a year. So it's going to be a year just to film Bill. And we got other people we're starting to film. So it's going to be a while for the documentary, but we're making good progress. We're going to be able to share the torch and everything else with you. The thing with it is we get one chance at this. We don't have to do a good job. We have to do the best job humanly possible that we can do. And that's what we're trying to do. So it's going to take a little bit longer from that regard. But the other thing I was going to say was it's also going to take a little bit longer because, like I said, it's a passion project. The donations we get, they're not going to pay my bills. So I still have to work to pay my bills. The movie theater doesn't pay my bills either. But besides this, we have an Amazon business. We have an Airbnb. We have our dog kennel that we built. It's an off-grid dog kennel. And I do website work for customers. So every day I'm trying to juggle these things that pay the bills for me while also doing the documentary. So that's the other reason I just wanted to throw that out there. The documentary, if I was full-time only working on the documentary every single day and I didn't have to pay the bills with these other things, it would happen quicker. But anyhow, I think it's going pretty quick if you actually think about it. I have only been carnivore. It seems like I've been carnivore for years, but let me just say this real quick. Let me pull up my little days counter. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look? Would you look? Day 300. I did a video a couple days ago that said I'm almost at day 300. I didn't know when I was going to post that. Today is officially my 300th day on carnivore. I should have put that in the title of the video. So I have to celebrate. Jen, you have to take me out for a steak tonight. Your treat. But think about this. I haven't been carnivore for a year yet. It's only been 300 days. Within those 300 days, at some point, it wasn't on day one, I decided I want to do this documentary. So it's been far less than 300 days I even decided to do this documentary. And in that short time, say 200 days, we flew out and filmed Bill in Alaska. We flew out for a week and filmed Maggie in Canada. We went to Chicago. We filmed Dr. Tony Hampton. We did a meetup in Chicago. We drove all the way out to Canada, filmed Jeff DeProsperous. We filmed with his friend Dwight. We went to his osteopath, his naturopath for a week, and we filmed all of that. And then all of that aside, every single doctor that you could think of, Dr. Chafee, I've done 4 videos with, Dr. Barry, Dr. Kiltz, Dr. Baker, Dr. Tony Hampton, Dr. Georgia Eid, Dr. Lisa Wiedemann, Dr. Philip Ovadia. Every one of those people I just mentioned, I've done a stream video with, and I've gotten their permission to participate in the documentary. So we despite it's like people are like, I want to see a documentary, I want to see a documentary. We have a lot going on in, like, I don't know, 200 days. I got to look back. When the heck did I say, hey, we should do a documentary on the carnivore diet? It had to be around day 100 or so. Anyhow, I am so excited to share that stuff with you guys some more. So Rick said, I want to have a bowling alley instead. Interesting fact, Rick, that you bring it up. Where I am sitting right now in the basement of the world famous Montello Theater that dates back to 1859 before Lincoln was president, there was a 3-lane bowling alley where I'm sitting right now. This was over 100 years ago. There was a bowling alley right here in the basement of the theater. And it wasn't a theater at that time, it was an opera house, it was a playhouse. So they did plays upstairs. And the owner of the theater told the person, yeah, you can put a bowling alley in downstairs, but you can't have bowling when we have shows at the playhouse above us. So that was the only rule. But for a very long time, there was bowling balls going right behind me here. So Rick, maybe you could have had both. Rick, wouldn't that have been awesome if the historic old bowling, like this bowling alley was before they had the mechanical ball returner pin setters. So it was literally a dude standing over there that would have to manually put all of the pins up. And then he would bowl, and then he'd have to manually put the pins up again. I've done so much exploring in this basement. When we first took over the building, we did metal detecting, all sorts of stuff. I found some really cool old history. I haven't been able to find anything about the bowling alley, though. I really wish I could find like some old bowling pins or an old bowling ball or something. Carnivore hippos in bikinis. The Kerry cow lives in Ireland, descended from survivors of the Spanish Armada. Cool little piece of history there. That's awesome. Yeah, I know in Ireland I think there's a city named Kerry. I think that's where my name comes from. It's unusual for a guy to have a name Kerry. I'm actually junior. My dad's name is Kerry as well. There are a couple Kerrys. There used to be a quarterback spelled Kerry, Kerry. I've met a couple in my life now, but it's kind of rare. Jen said, met so many people, created so many new friendships. Donna said, yes, they need to show up at Dr. Barry's doorstep and cook him some steaks. That would be so cool. Show up with a couple Netflix cameras, get it shot professionally. Billy Boy. Oh, I got this one right. Thank you again, Billy Boy. $10 super chat. Let's support healing humanity. Westfield super chat, $5. Jen said this. Yes, I can't wait for this. When the documentary goes live, we will be playing it here. We're going to be playing it here. I'm also very good friends with the owner of the theater in Watertown, which is another historic theater that's kept their prices down low. The manager of that place has become a good friend of mine, and he was just texting me. He's like, when your documentary's live, we have to premiere it here as well. 100%. Let's do it. And we're going to have, I keep telling people this, but we're going to do it. We'll have them on. It's not going to be just one day. We'll premiere it one day. We'll have it here a couple days. One day I'm going to have Dr. Hampton here. And so on the marquee, it's going to say Healing Humanity. And then it's going to say starring Dr. Tony Hampton. I was joking with him, but I'm not joking. We're going to legitimately do that. So I'm like, he's like, I got to get my wife out there. I was like, you're going to have to get her out here when we put your name on the marquee. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Adam's like, you got to be careful. You keep telling people. I'm like, no, I'll do it. Like maybe Friday it's Dr. Hampton comes out. And then Saturday we have another person come out. We'll have their name on it. We'll just keep switching through. Missy G72 said incredible about the theater. Nancy said, I'm so happy that you saved the theater. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, I really appreciate it. The theater was this close to never being open again. Shut down during COVID, was shut down for a couple of years. The previous owner was amazing. She kept it afloat and she kept selling concessions out the window, but wasn't able to open it up during COVID. And then afterwards, it's so expensive to get it opened up again. You have to do all these contracts with the studios. So one of my most happy moments was when we reopened the theater. And one day I was walking through the theater and it was almost completely full. And something happened on the screen and people were just laughing so loud, like the whole building. And the sound in the building above me is amazing. Our walls are granite. They're like this wide. The sound is incredible here. But just kind of, it's so weird. I know it's a building. I know it's not a person, but this building for a lot of people, it's like an old friend. When they come back in here, it's like you're visiting an old friend. And to see, like, it's an inanimate object. I realize it. It's just a building. But the purpose of this building is to be a gathering place for people to laugh, for people to have fun, for the community to come together. And to see people, all of the seats full, laughing and just filling the building with laughter was just such an incredible sight that very easily could have never happened again. And I've been so blessed and fortunate to see that happen many, many times over the last year plus that Jen and I and the girls took over the theater. It's just, fills my heart with joy walking through there and seeing all those seats filled up and people laughing and clapping and having a good time. Plus, we've met, like, we did the theater. We wanted to preserve the history, right? Excuse me. We love movies. We wanted to preserve the history, all those good reasons for doing it. But what we didn't realize, similar to the carnivore community, was how many cool people we'd meet. So many cool people and regulars that keep coming into the theater that have become good friends. We know them by name. Like, another benefit, ask Jen this. Jen, I'm not exaggerating here, am I? We will have just an obscure person come into the theater that came in 5 months ago, and I'll be like, oh, hey, Bill, how's it going? And they'll be like, how do you remember my name? Carnivore. I never could have done that before. We just had this couple come in the other day, and I knew both of their names right when they came in the door. It's just like instant. It's crazy, the cognitive ability on Carnivore. Jen, am I exaggerating on that? Tell them in the comments. And trust me, if I was exaggerating, Jen would let you know. Yeah, we've met so many cool people at the theater. We're so blessed. We're so thankful. I said this before, like someone said to me, what are you going to do if the theater fails? If the theater fails, it could fail. Like people's attention span's shorter. Everyone's streaming this, that. It's doing really well. I don't think it's going to fail. But if it's going to fail, I will have zero regrets. And the reason is, I believe that we are doing everything in our power to do the best job possible for the theater. For example, I'm here right now in the basement doing a private party that's just bringing a little bit of extra income for the theater. Like we're doing private parties. We got on-screen advertisements. We could be doing, you could always be doing a better job. Anyone could always be doing a better job, but I don't feel like I'm leaving anything on the table. I don't feel like I'm leaning up against the counter when I could be doing more, could be doing better for the theater. So if it fails, I'm not going to look in the mirror and be like, well, that failed because I was just a lazy jerk and I didn't give it the attention it deserved. It failed and it was out of my control, so there's nothing I can do about it. I don't think it's going to fail, though. I think it's going to, my goal is to have this thing run for generations to come, family friendly, fair prices. People can come and they can enjoy a movie and they don't have to get gouged like you do at one of these big box warehouse theaters. You spend $200 to take your family to a movie. My goal is to keep it around for generations to come, keep the prices down. I'm so proud of the fact that we kept the prices at $5 a ticket. That's half the industry average. It's $9.50 is the average price of a ticket in the United States. Ours are always just $5, and I'm happy we're able to keep it there because we get the number of seniors and stuff. We come in there, they're like, they literally pay like this is the money they saved up, and they're like, if we were charging $9-10, they wouldn't be coming in, or they'd be coming in half as often. So anyhow, sorry, I get fired up and passionate about the theater. I'm so blessed and thankful for it. Jen and I are still pinching ourselves for it. It's amazing. So my internet is going bad, so I'll need to sign off. Have a great day. Lori, have a great day. Carnivore cheer. Lori is an awesome person. Speaking of awesome carnivore community, she's the best. She's got a YouTube channel too, so check her out. Dawn, Kerry is the best mentor for my 29 years old son. So thankful for you and your family. Thank you, Dawn. That really, I get comments like that, and I get, I don't know what to say. Speechless. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, sincerely. Like those comments keep me going. Like I got to keep doing this. That is helping people out. There's nothing more rewarding in life to get comments like that, or to people to say, yeah, I started carnivore. It's changed my life forever. There's nothing more rewarding in life than that. So Mike, he's going to take a walk now in negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit, cold plunge 2.0. Mike is another incredible individual, left so many great comments, support from myself, other YouTubers out there. Mike, you're awesome. Thank you, buddy. And you're a beast too. You're killing it. You're killing it on carnivore. Some of the stuff you're doing is amazing. Jen said, Carnivore hippos and bikinis. I can't believe how many people are so supportive. Just the love and comments I receive from my shorts that are doing. Yeah, Jen just did a little short, and then it's a number of people leaving just nice, going out of their way to give support. Why is that? Why is that? I always try to figure that out. I've said it before when I had Dr. Barry on. I was asking him, and I'm like, we're kind of thinking like, you got to be brave to be carnivore because you're going outside the box. So maybe that's why these other carnivores, if you're brave, maybe you're also a good person. I think the other part of it is this. If you're doing carnivore, you're giving your body, which requires an incredible amount of energy to perform, the nutrition and the fuel your body needs. When I wasn't doing that on the standard American diet, I was just puttering along. My brain needed more energy and it didn't have it. I wasn't giving it the proper fuel. On top of it, I had brain fog. So I didn't have energy to be a nice person to other people, to be supportive to other people. Now I have excess energy. I think a lot of people in the carnivore community do too. Imagine what the world would be like if everyone had the proper energy in their body to just be a good person. Because I believe all of these carnivores that we're talking about, you're so supportive, they're so awesome. They are 100%, but I believe that it would be the normal default human behavior if everyone had the proper nutrition and proper energy they had. You can't blame them for one reason because they don't know any better, but they're running on suboptimal fuel and they're barely puttering along. It's like the car analogy that we like to use. Their gas in their car is watered down. It's rusty. It's old. The car's just going boop, 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 boop. And then on top of it, they got an extra 1,000 pounds of sandbags in the trunk of the car. So now it's just going boop, 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 boop. And now the tires are halfway flat because they don't have any muscles anymore because they're so weak. They don't have the energy to be that supportive. I'm going on a little rant right now, but that's my theory behind it. Imagine a world where everyone had the proper amount of energy. That would just be the default demeanor of everyone. What an amazing place it would be. Nancy Chandler, that is some of the best news ever. Nancy's anxiety and depression is finally lifting and sleep is better. Seriously, that's the number one reason I'm doing this documentary is for people with anxiety and depression. I know I sound like a broken record, but there's always new people on here. I'm so blessed. I get thousands of comments on these carnivore videos I did, literally thousands. That is the most frequent one I get. My anxiety, depression is finally lifted. My anxiety is gone on carnivore. I get it daily. It's incredible. I'm so happy for you, Nancy. Humans should not be walking around in a constant state of anxiety. We shouldn't be. You should be anxious if a lion's chasing you in a wild. Your adrenaline should start running so you run away from the lion. It shouldn't be every single day. For me, it was every single day. I was anxious about everything. Something wrong with that. That's not how humans should be. So I'm so happy for you, Nancy. That is awesome. Marilyn, thank you so much. $10 super sticker, every penny to Healing Humanity documentary. Really appreciate it. If you walk out here, you have to deal with 80-degree temperatures. Charger Mopar Rick has it on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's too hot to walk out there. It's too cold here. No, not a problem for carnivores, right? I love a good walk in the hot or in the cold. Ruled by Venus. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope everyone is staying warm. I'm so much less cold since eating carnivore. Yeah, it's interesting. I am and I'm not. So I think when the body fat goes away, suddenly I was colder a lot. But now I go out and I do these walks in the woods in a t-shirt. And I am legit. I don't know if it's because I'm in the moment and I'm talking to the camera and the adrenaline's going or what. I don't get cold. I don't get cold like that. But other times I do, so I don't know. Dawn said, my twins were on the spectrum, did the dairy wheat-free diet when they were 10, and they had healing. Amazing. I just did not know about the carnivore component. Yes. Oh, there's so much out there too. I did a video, Dawn. I don't know if you saw this one. I did a video with a lady a couple of weeks ago. She was diagnosed with autism and several other mental health issues. And it's all gone. Like her testimony was just crazy. I know it's anecdotal. I know it's one person, but you may want to watch that video. Maybe you've seen that one already, but if you haven't, and there was a, what was it called? What was it called? Come on, carnivore brain. Hold on one second. It was, I've got so many of them in my head right now. The documentary. I have seen all of these low carb keto documentaries. Of course, there aren't any. Sorry, one second here. The magic pill. The magic pill. Come on, carnivore brain. Dawn, if you haven't seen the magic pill, think about the right one. Yes, in the magic pill, there's a child that has autism, and they put her on a very strict ketogenic diet, and it's amazing what happens to her. That documentary is currently, or it was about 2 weeks ago, because I watched it for the second time. That documentary, The Magic Pill, is on Amazon Prime for free right now. So if you haven't seen that one, I highly recommend it. Izzy Davis said, have you seen what foods are being recalled lately? Mostly wheat products. Yeah. Julie, very great live stream. Oh, thank you, Julie. Yeah, normally I have a more organized live stream. I'm like, let's just hang out and jump on here and talk. And these seem to be more fun sometimes, just spontaneous. Hear what people have to say, answer any questions you guys might have, talk about the movie theater, talk about Carnivore. Speaking of the movie theater, Brian Bradshaw, how was Wonka? We're playing it one more day tonight. It was very, very good. Oh, I didn't see it. I watch almost every movie we have here. I've been so busy, I didn't see it. We nearly sold out the first weekend, and we had a round of applause at the end of the movie. So that tells me it was pretty darn good. I had a couple people come in that were seeing it a second time. So in terms of ticket sales, it was great for Montello Theater. In terms of people enjoying it, they seem to really enjoy it. And if anyone is watching and they're thinking about going out to see a movie, today is the last day. 4:00, we're playing Wonka for the last time. And then we got some interesting movies coming up. We have the Boys in the Boat. I think George Clooney directed that one. We have the Aquaman. It's hard. We got one screen, so we try to play some superhero movies, some movies for other people, comedies. We try to cover kids' movies, try to cover them all. But hey, speaking of awesome people, Susan Hampton. Hello, hello. Susan is amazing as well, always leaving great comments. Carnivore hippos in bikinis. A carby friend told me I shouldn't do carnivore because it's a right-wing neo-Nazi cult. Can you speak to that? Oh my goodness. How do you even speak to that? That's just so over the top. I just hate that comment so much. It's like it shouldn't, what you eat, the nutrition you eat shouldn't have anything to do. So right wing. Okay, now we're talking politics. You got to be in some sort of tribe to decide on what you're going to eat. That's just craziness. Neo-Nazi cult. I hear the cult thing all the time too with carnivore lately. It's usually vegans that say that too. This whole carnivore thing is just a cult or it's a fad. That drives me nuts. I really think the standard American diet is the biggest fad. I know I've said this before, but you look at humanity, how long humans have been eating food. Imagine it on a football field 100 yards long. One blade of grass on the very end of that football field represents the standard American diet. Before that, I believe humans ate like I did. Hunters and gatherers, they ate meat. It's not a fad. It's not a cult. The fact that it's a cult too is just crazy because I think of a cult like you're trying to get someone to join. And then there's something bad that happens as a result of them joining it. People are doing carnivore. In my case, so many people have started, like my sisters, my mom, my stepdad, not because I forced them to join my cult. They saw my results on YouTube. They saw how well I was doing. They're like, what the heck is this guy doing? I got to learn more. And then they decided to do it. And the reason it works is not because it's a cult and I brainwashed them to do it. They're doing it because they feel incredible. They feel amazing on it. It's the proper human diet. And when you're doing the proper thing for your body, you feel better. So that cult thing drives me nuts. You know what that is when people are saying it's a cult? It's almost always vegan, plant-based people tell me I should eat more plants and vegetables. It's projection. It's projection. They're the cult. They're the ones saying the cult thing is too. It's when you're being disingenuous and you're lying to try to convince someone to do something, like all these documentaries we see that are sponsored by the cult, sponsored by Beyond Meats, sponsored by vegan interests. So yeah, I don't even know what I would say to someone that says that. I wouldn't even answer something like that. Let it speak for yourself. Nancy Chandler said, maybe I have a leaky gut from meditation. No one can diagnose the condition causing all my suffering. Have you gotten rid of all of the glyphosate? Because that's the newest thing. And I'm not an expert on this stuff, but that was one thing I've been learning more and more about. Glyphosate, which is Roundup, which is everywhere now. Vegetables, plants. It's even, unfortunately, in some other things, because you can go out and it's so much of it is going into the Mississippi River and then it evaporates that you could just be walking around outside, take a breath, and you could get this glyphosate in your body, which is antibiotics, which causes leaky gut and causes, it could break the blood-brain barrier. It causes all these downstream effects. I would encourage you to do some more research on that. Of course, I'm not an expert on it. I'm just starting to learn more about it. And I don't want to learn more about it because it's really sad. And I'm going down the rabbit hole. Don, my motto for 2024, more protein, more meat, less carbs. Deep fried birthday cake donut. Yeah, I said that in a couple of my videos. Isn't that crazy though when you think about it? That's okay though. We're in a cult. They're out there eating deep fried birthday cake for breakfast, and it's perfectly normal. It's just fine. Everyone's obese, diabetic, heart disease is through the roof. We're eating deep fried birthday cake every single day, and it's just fine. Craziness. Bill said Tuesday. Oh man, I'm so far behind on the comments. I think that's when Bill's next video is coming out, right, Bill? Is it Monday or Tuesday? I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday. New member, Kel, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Carnivore cheerleader. I appreciate it. Hey, Christy, Meeting Wellness. Christy and I are doing a video together coming up soon, too. Looking forward to that, Christy. Justin Williams, keep up the great work. I appreciate all you're doing. I'm down 50 pounds carnivore for 8 months and feeling great. Awesome, Justin. 50 pounds, 5 10-pound bowling balls you're no longer carrying around. That's incredible. I can't take credit for that. Someone said that in the other live stream. I love that analogy when you think about it that way. Don said, Kerry, your blizzard walk made me cry and smile. Such words of healing. Oh, thank you, Don. I really appreciate that. It's so crazy to me. I not trying to pat myself on the back. I've done other YouTube videos where I've worked on them for 2 weeks straight, editing, changing, tweaking, doing it. The blizzard walk, everyone seemed to really enjoy that. I literally took my camera, went outside. I didn't prepare. I didn't have any notes. And that was it. I just recorded. That was no cut. That was like 24 minutes talking. And then that was it. It really seemed to hit home with some people. So I appreciate the comment. I'm going to have to do more of those. I enjoy doing those. Here's a little thing that you don't know, Don. I've done 2 blizzard walks so far. One of them wasn't really a blizzard. The blizzard came later. I've done 2 snow walks, I should say, in the snow. I did 2 more and I actually recorded those, and they're on my phone. And I didn't quite, I don't know. They weren't as interesting. So I haven't even posted those, but it's my new daily ritual. I just love, that's my biggest advice for people right now. I'm going to whisper it. Reconnect with nature. All of these issues that humans are having individually and humanity as a whole, if we simplify it, we complicate things as humans. If we simplify it, humans have departed from what is natural. As we get further and further away from nature, and we're staring at these screens for 20 hours, we got fluorescent lights over us an entire day, and we're not getting fresh air, and we're not getting sunshine in our eyes. And the biggest thing, the nutrition, the food we're putting in our mouth is so unnatural. It's not what humans are intended to eat. We get further and further away. We get sicker and sicker. Get back to nature. I want to do some sort of challenge, like a 30-day challenge where every day you got to get sunlight. You got to intentionally get fresh air. Everyone gets fresh air because they walk out. But no, go out there and intentionally take some deep breaths. Get some exercise. Reconnect with nature. Look outside at the stars at night for a couple minutes. Trust me, believe me. It sounds dumb. It sounds like some weird hippie thing or something, but you just get out there and stare at the stars for a couple minutes. You will feel better. You will sleep better. You do that every day. You'll just get better and better and better. Life's Resurrection Project. Kerry, Life's Resurrection Project tonight premiere, and we tagged you in our cancer journey using metabolic therapy through Thomas Seyfried. I got to check that out. You mentioned that with Ronnie yesterday, and I made a note of it. Let me take a look here. All right, I'm putting it up. I normally I like to kind of vet these things a little bit before, but let's just take a look here. Life's Resurrection Project. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our channel. From trips to just having fun around the house, the fur babies being silly, and Brat's stage 4 colon cancer journey. Wow. Life Resurrection Project. Latest news. My stage 4 colon cancer. Oh, I want to watch all of this right now. My stage 4 colon cancer journey. 8th round of chemo and surgery update. Okay, first of all, I'm going to subscribe. Second of all, I guess normally I like to vet things out and watch them first before I tell people to subscribe. So I can't vouch for Life's Resurrection Project other than they left me some awesome comments, but I'm subscribed. I'm going to be watching. If you guys want to subscribe and check out, go check it out. Let me copy this into the chat. They currently have 4.63 thousand subscribers. I'm going to lose my place in the chat now because I'm so far behind, but I just posted that in the chat. I will check that out. If anyone else here on the chat, we got over 300 people right now. Go check out Life's Resurrection Project. I am just, the fact that you are documenting and sharing your journey is amazing to me, and I thank you for that. I don't know your story yet, but I want to learn more for sure. I'm so thankful for Jeff DeProsperous and people that are out there sharing their story like that, because it's going to inspire. It's going to inspire so many people. Those individual stories. Life's Resurrection Project. I'm a new subscriber. I'm going to check it out later. Tonight, the premiere, you tagged me, Cancer Journey Using Metabolic Therapy through Thomas Seyfried. If I can help you out anymore too, Life's Resurrection Project, I have that cancer action plan. I linked to it in the video before. It's on our website. Let me just show this real quick. And again, when I'm promoting this stuff, this is all completely free. This is, again, we don't want any money in this whatsoever. So here we go. Healing Humanity. We have this cancer action plan. Jeff, Ronnie, Professor Seyfried. I gathered info from all these guys to help put this together. And what is it? We're trying to get 1 million signatures to get the word out about metabolic therapy. If you get cancer, you should have the option to at least know about this and have it as a tool in your toolbox. Sure, you can still go do chemo. Sure, you can still do whatever the standard care is. You can do whatever you want. It's your cancer. It's your decision. But it's a shame that most people are never told about metabolic therapy. And that's our goal with this. We want to get 1 million signatures, and then we put together an action plan with specific steps. If you're diagnosed with cancer, here's a plan for you. Here's at least a plan for, sorry, I almost swore there. Here's at least a plan for you. It frustrates me so bad. So many people I've heard of that get cancer, they're never given any plan. You could do chemo and just enjoy the rest of your life. No, that is wrong. You should have a plan. You should have hope. Ronnie wasn't given a plan. She made one on her own, and she's cancer-free right now. It's incredible. It's just incredible. So anyways, that is at healinghumanity.movie. If anyone here hasn't heard of that, please go over there. It'll take you 2 seconds. You click on the thing. You can put your name behind it and sign it. Why are we signing it? If we get 1 million signatures, it's going to make the news. If we get a bunch of signatures, maybe we can get it in the news and get the word out. Professor Seyfried told me the only way this is going to change is individuals. It's us individuals. The hospitals aren't going to change. The colleges aren't going to change. The money is in it for chemo and medication. And do the chemo, do the medication. We're not saying don't do any of that. We're simply saying give this to people as an additional option. All right, we got a question from Sarah Rochelle. Question: carnivore since July. The only thing I eat that doesn't hurt my gut is steak and butter. I finally quit coffee. Do you think it's from leaky gut? Haven't lost any weight, but depression is gone. It's crazy how many leaky gut questions I'm getting today as I just started doing more research on it myself. That might be a better question for like Dr. Barry or someone. Of course, I am not a doctor. I don't know. It could be from leaky gut. It could be just taking a little while for your stomach to heal. I've heard that from a couple people as well. It takes a little while. After a while, all of a sudden, it's like a switch goes off and you can eat anything and you start to feel better. Your gut biome improves. But yeah, the glyphosate, the Roundup, I have heard, I've watched a couple videos, seen some research on how that causes leaky gut, and it can take a while for that to heal. The fact that you've quit coffee, I think, will help you as well. That can upset stomach. That can be like a diuretic for some people. It's also so nice not having any addictions anymore. I used to be addicted to diet soda, so I think getting off that coffee will definitely help you as well. It's going to be tough to quit it, but once you do, you're never going to look back. So, oh man, I am so far behind. My email is homesteadhow@gmail.com. Oh, there we go. Jen got it on there. Don said Sweet Pea has used one of her 9 lives. Yes, that's very true. Bill Nat. Oh, we're talking about my clickbait before. That wasn't clickbait at all, Kerry. That was complete tragedy. Very hard to watch in the beginning. Thank goodness, and had a great ending. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to be very careful. I don't want to do misleading clickbait. I did 1 or 2 videos earlier on that, I guess in retrospect, if I'm being honest, they were kind of clickbaity. I said I'm done with carnivore. Well, I went on an 8-day fast. So I stopped carnivore and then I did the fast. That, I guess, was kind of clickbaity. People were kind of freaking out that I quit carnivore and they clicked it for the wrong reason. However, My intention on that one was good because that video went on to get 130,000 views. And the only reason I was doing the fast was for cancer and metabolic therapy. And I was linking to Professor Seyfried's work. And so now his video on metabolic therapy ended up getting hundreds of clicks that would have had zero otherwise had I not used that title. It's such a tricky thing. There's like a fine line between what is clickbait and what is a good title. If you're going to go buy a book, if the book has a crappy title, people aren't going to buy the book. So you got to have a good title, but you got to deliver what's on the title. So here's my vow going forward is I'm never doing clickbait again. When I did the Sweet Pea one, I said tragedy. I was like, oh, I hope people don't think this is clickbait. But in my head, I'm like, this was clearly tragic. The cat had her brain damage and was bloody and lifeless on the ground. And for months, the cat was just laying on the ground. We had to pick the cat up, set it in a litter box. Like, I think that's tragic. I said tragic in the thumbnail. I think that was tragic. Has a happy ending as well. So the whole clickbait thing is annoying too, because it works. It's a sad thing with human nature, but it works. And it's like, if I have a video where I'm trying to help get the word out about metabolic therapy with cancer, I need that video to be seen as many people as possible. If I'm competing with someone else, they're using clickbait. Why? Because unfortunately from human nature, it works. They're going to get all the clicks and then this one won't. It's such a hard thing. It's such a hard thing. When I did that one saying I'm quitting carnivore, or I didn't even say quitting. I said I'm stopping carnivore. And technically that was true. I stopped carnivore for 8 days to fast. Technically that was true. Technically, I guess it was also clickbait, but my heart was in the right place. I was trying to spread the word about metabolic therapy, but upset some people. So I'm trying to be more careful about that. It's a tough thing. Desmomoto, when got off of eating bacon, I feel much better. Beef all day, every day. I hear that from people. I haven't had any bacon in a week now. Shout out Bill Nutt for encouraging me. Again, if you're eating bacon, you're doing fine. Don't worry about it. People are like, why can't I eat bacon? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I ate too much bacon. And when you're eating bacon, it comes from a pig. And when you're eating beef, it comes from a cow. A cow is a ruminant animal. A cow can eat grass, eat all sorts of stuff, and it can pull the nutrients out. A pig, you can eat that bacon, you could be getting some of the stuff that the pig was eating that might cause autoimmune disorders or stomach issues or other things like that. Nancy Chandler said, is diarrhea normal and for how long? A lot of people, when they start carnivore, the first couple of weeks, a lot of people get diarrhea. Some people get it for like 2 weeks. Some people get it for a couple of days. Some people it's a little bit longer. My good friend Robin, the carnivorous grandma, she had it for almost a month. What a champion she is. She stuck it out and then it finally cleared up and went away. If you're having it longer on carnivore, Dr. Chafee taught me this, and it's so true. It's oftentimes from having too much fat. If you get constipated, you're not having enough fat. It's like the easiest thing with carnivore to regulate. How much fat should I be having? Just pay attention to what's going on in the bathroom. If you're having too much diarrhea, you're eating too much fat. If you're constipated, you're not getting enough fat. So try to find a good medium in between. Bob Eater. Other things that have changed: no pain in my hands and feet, losing skin tags, no facial blemishes, TP is lasting longer, hair is filling in, beard is getting dark again. That is awesome, Bob. Isn't that incredible? You say some of these things and people that aren't doing carnivore, they think we're making this stuff up, but Bob's testimony right there, I've heard it hundreds of times. It's crazy. The skin tags go away, facial stuff clears up, hair filling in. I had this big, it wasn't even a gray spot. I had a white patch like a skunk right here. Filled in, it's dark. I got a little gray here, but it was a lot, almost turning white before. It's a crazy thing. That's awesome. Email is homesteadhow@gmail.com. Bob is asking, have you ever listened to Bart K? He's a little wacky, but he makes a point of saying that you should not do cold turkey carnivore, should take 6 to 8 weeks. It's so funny, some of these comments, Bob. I saw I saw Bart K on Dave Mack's channel, and I saw that very part that he just mentioned, easing into carnivore. It was very good advice. I have listened to Bart K from time to time. I haven't had him on the channel yet, but I agree with him 100%. I think that's good advice for most people. Now, I try to be cautious because some people just jump into carnivore and they're fine. But for most people, I would advise, if you ask me, if you're just starting, I would say do keto first and ease into it. Give your body some time. I'm 2 weeks into carnivore by mistake. I took 27 grams of carbohydrates in a drink today. Will that mess up my progress? You might be okay. I like what if it does? In any case, you got to just stick to it and do it. But like when I was doing keto, I try to stay under 20 carbs. Some people can stay under 90 carbs and stay in ketosis. It's weird. It depends how much exercise you're doing and things like that. If it were me, Rodriguez, I would say I'm just fine. Stick to the plan. Even if you weren't fine, what are you going to do differently? Just do a better job and be more careful next time. But I think that you could very well not have been kicked out of ketosis doing that. You might have been, but you're probably just fine. I would just stick to it and be more careful going forward. There we go. Sawa said, I am behind on the stream. I am behind too. I'm so far behind. I'm like an hour behind on these comments right now. I don't even know what's going on in real time anymore. My apologies. Accept the $1 million from Netflix to give to regenerative agriculture. 100%. So I didn't even really say that. I said, like, if we get $1 million, I will not take a penny and put it in my pocket. That is the truth. This would be an idea. Well, what would you do if you got a million? Well, first of all, we're probably not going to get a million. Most documentaries are lucky if they break even. But if something crazy like that happened, it would go back into the cause. Regenerative farming, agriculture would be a huge one. Supporting local farms. How do we keep it up? That would be another one. The biggest thing would be doing a subsequent series where we could do a whole episode on cancer. We could do a whole episode on type 2 diabetes. We can do a whole episode on women's health. Initially, the intention was to cover each and every one of those in the documentary. We still intend to do that as best we can, but to do that and follow real people around with each of those ailments, the documentary is going to be 8 hours long. We can't do it justice. So that would be the other thing, is continuing with this cause of getting the proper human diet, healing humanity through the proper human diet, and continuing that cause of putting every penny into that. And one of those episodes would be on regenerative agriculture, supporting local farms. Where do we get the meat? We have to elevate the voices of those people. If that all goes away, we're in big trouble. SoCal Sean, love you. I lost 40 pounds on carnivore, down 90 pounds from my all-time heaviest weight. Will not change my diet anytime soon. What's up, Bill from Alaska? Awesome progress, SoCal Sean. That's amazing. Bob said to my wife, Jen, we have to have each other's backs. We can count on no one else. Yes. Carnivore community is second to none. Maybe tied with the metal community. Love it. All right, I got to get caught up on these comments. I really appreciate all these comments. I'm like an hour behind here. Carnivore with Nadine, took a few days off the community, felt the lack, and I'm back. I need it every day. Welcome back. Dr. Barry says bologna, hot dog, spam, etc. are fine. Yes, that's always a question. I think what he said, and I love this, I don't know what he said exactly, so I'm going to rephrase for what I would say. Bologna, hot dog, spam, lunch meat, 100 times better than the standard American diet, 100 times better than what I was eating before. If you can afford higher quality, better grass-fed, then do it, of course. If you can't, I would still believe those things are vastly better than the standard American diet and what we were eating before. Do the best you can. 100. There we go. Bob, we got it. You got it exactly. I just got to read these comments. You guys, some of these have been asked and answered. All right, I'm going to catch up here now. Going down a little lower. Hey, my buddy, Alex, Carnivore for Life, and another amazing YouTube channel. Shout out, Alex. Go check out his channel if you haven't. Early live stream. Yay, great. Had a great trip to my hometown, Liverpool, today. Just got back home. Great steak and eggs for me. Rest of the family had keto English Sunday roast dinner. Amazing. Alex is incredible. I carry his picture around in my pocket. I show it to everyone. His picture, his story is amazing, but he's just a great guy as well. He's got an awesome YouTube channel, inspiring so many people, changing the lives of so many people. They see Alex's example and they say, this worked for him. I'm kind of like Alex. If Alex can do it, I can do it. And his example is inspiring people to change their lives. Plus, he's just got a great YouTube channel, a great story. He's a great person. I just did a live stream on his channel not too long ago. Carnivore for Life. Shout out Alex Cannon. Great, great guy. Pam's people said, I found your channel a couple of weeks ago. I love your cinema and like watching the videos about it. It would be nice to have a cinema like yours here. I live in Oxford, England. Well done to you all. Oh, thank you so much. You know, I have if you guys dig into my channel, I believe I have a playlist of just movie theater videos. And I did one about a week or two ago. maybe 10 days ago. I'll continue to do more of those. I really enjoy doing videos on the movie theater. It's just about finding a good balance and when to do those things. But I appreciate your nice comments. So thank you. Shogun. Nice work, homie. I'm 120 days carnivore, but still drinking coffee with honey. Is it slowing down my progress? My psoriasis is stubborn from UK Manchester. I don't know for sure, but this is my advice to anyone who is worried about progress being slowed down. They're worried about plateauing. Just do one drastic change. Now that could be maybe you're going to switch. Maybe you eat 3 times a day, and maybe you're going to do a strict intermittent fasting. You're going to eat 1 time a day. Oh man. Maybe you're going to do a 24-hour fast. Maybe you're going to try Lion Diet for 3 days. Now, if you're doing carnivore, Lion Diet to so many people sounds crazy. If you're doing carnivore, Lion Diet isn't crazy. Stop eating bacon and eggs. You just eat meat now. It's not that big of a stretch. Do it for 3 days. If you feel like you're slowed down, your progress is slowed down, I guarantee you that will speed things up. And, if it were me, I know it's easy for me to say, I was horribly addicted to diet soda. I know people have a coffee addiction. They love their coffee. A lot of people are fine doing coffee and carnivore. A lot of people. But I also hear about a lot of people that quit coffee and they thought they couldn't do it. And then once they're done with it, they're like, I'm so glad I quit. I feel so much better now. I have no addictions. It's liberating. I'm in complete control now. The coffee isn't controlling me anymore. There's something to be said for that. So maybe something to consider. Oh, here's a great question. Suleiman Abu Rashad. I'm sorry, I probably mispronounced that, but what do you think is healing in carnivore? Is it the elimination of other food, the meat itself, or both? I love this question. This is a great question. You win best question of the day so far. I love this question because I've been told so many times, Kerry, you would have done the same thing had you just eliminated the junk food and ate plants and vegetables only. That's not true. And I know I'm an anecdote, but I experimented more than any other human on earth. I'll just put that out there. I did keto on and off for 10 years. I did strict keto. I did OMAD. I did Weight Watchers. I did all these things. But for a very long time, I did strict, almost vegan, vegetarian, clean. I got rid of the other food. I got rid of the junk food. I would have a salad for lunch, a salad for dinner, just a little tiny bit of protein, low carb vegetables, and I was depressed. And I had brain fog, and I had arthritis in my elbows and my back. It didn't go away until I got the meat. So I started eating the meat. I truly believe it's a little bit of everything. Of course, you get rid of the junk food. That's going to help. You get rid of the seed oils, the sugar. That's going to drastically help. But I don't think it does it all because I see vegans that do that. And like my daughter, Emma, and they end up getting fatigued and their hormones are out of whack and they get acne and they get depression and they get anxiety. And I believe that is because they're missing what their body is craving. And that is the meat. You eat the meat, you get fat. You get fat, your cholesterol goes up. Cholesterol has been demonized. I love the fact my cholesterol's gone up. I feel incredible. Your cholesterol goes up. Your hormones balance. Your testosterone. My testosterone's got to be through the roof. I could feel it. I feel like a man. I feel like that testosterone is through the roof on carnivore. That never happened till I ate meat. So I ate the fatty meat that my body was craving. I believe it is both. I believe it is eating the proper ingredients humans were meant to eat, and that is eating meat, and it's not eating that other poisonous junk that we're slowly poisoning ourselves with. Great question. Thank you. Missy G72, I was carnivore for a few months, but I had a below-the-knee amputation, and I'm ketovore now. I'm trying to get back on carnivore 100%. Your videos and Bill's inspire me. Bill, I know you're watching right now. I'm going to embarrass you right now, but do you know, Bill, how many people you are inspiring? I get the comments on my channel. I talk to people every day, Bill. My own mother. I met JT's lovely mother. She didn't care about Kerry. She didn't care about Emma. The first thing they asked me, what's going on with Bill? We love Bill. How's Bill doing? Bill is inspiring me. Bill, you are the ultimate inspiration, my friend. You are so inspiring. Like, think of how many lives are, like, you can't calculate it, Bill, too, because this is the thing. You get these lovely comments like Missy telling you, Bill, that you're inspiring you. But there's 1,000 other people that just quickly watch the video on their TV or their phone that didn't pull their phone up and comment, but you inspired them too. And then they went on to do carnivore, and then they inspired someone else. Has this trickle downstream effect. Craziness. You're an inspiration, Bill. $5 from Fred. Thank you so much for that. Much focus on solid cancers. Please ask Dr. Seafried about blood cancers. First year carnivore battling multiple myeloma. Yes, 100%. Sorry, I'm falling behind. I think I read that one already, but it's worth reading again. I will definitely ask him that. And that is very true. I've heard so many questions about solid cancers, and I haven't heard a lot about blood cancers. Although we do have a good friend, DC Learning to Live. He's done some videos. He's done some great videos. Check out his channel as well. DC Learning to Live. Just want to make sure I'm quoting that correct. DC Learning to Live. I am subscribed to his channel. He's done some amazing on the subject as well. But I did write that down, and I will ask Professor Seafried on that. Thank you. I got to get caught up. I'm so far behind. I'm like an hour behind on these comments still. Appreciate all these comments. 320 people on here right now. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. My only thing I ask is this. If you want to help other people with cancer or that are going through cancer, please share those cancer videos we did with Professor Seafried and Ronnie, and please share our cancer action plan with people. There's nothing more hopeless than being diagnosed with cancer. There's so many people every single day dying from cancer, going in through chemotherapy that don't know about this as an option, and that they're going through cancer without hope. And that shouldn't be the case. It doesn't have to be the case. So man, we got people from all over the world. Heidi Buys, thanks for all your caring, Kerry. Thank you. Love from South Africa. Appreciate it. Fred said, I check my glucose and ketones at least 3 times a day, trying to stay in ketosis under 0.5 and below 90 glucose always. That's awesome. Good job, Fred. The other thing I learned from Professor Seafried the other day was cancer feeds on glucose and glutamine. And Jeff asked him, how can I get my glutamine down? There's these glutamine suppressing drugs like Dons, but they're banned everywhere now, which is ridiculous because they were working for people that were doing ketosis. They weren't as effective for people that weren't doing ketosis. They should be allowed for people that are doing ketosis. They were effective per Professor Seafried. Jeff was trying to figure out where he could get those drugs. Professor Seafried said, well, there is one thing you can do to get your glutamine down. Glutamine is in all foods, by the way. Doesn't matter what you eat, you're going to get glutamine. He said, exercise. So that was a big takeaway Jeff had from that video. And that is why I believe my good friend Ronnie Campbell was so successful on her carnivore journey. What did she do differently than other people? A lot of natural path, a lot of different things that other people weren't doing, but mainly she was fasting and she was exercising like a maniac. Exercising, getting chemo and exercising, just exercising in crazy amounts. So there we go. I'm sorry, Fred. I got to read these. I say these things and then I scroll down. I'm like, oh, they're asked and answered. I'm too far behind here. Andy Schick said, if I ever get a car, I'll drive to Montello and see Kerry because I live in Madison. Awesome. Hey, we're about 40 minutes from Madison. I go to Madison often. James Higgins has lost 77 pounds. That's incredible. That's almost 8 to 10-pound bowling balls you're no longer carrying around. Started in August, off all medications and feeling great. Keep up the good work. You keep up the good work, James. Good job. That's incredible. Hey, I'll tell you this too. You've been going since August. It gets better and better and better. I'm telling you, it just gets better. It's incredible. It's hard to believe. You don't feel like you can feel any better, James. You will feel even better. Charger Mopar Rick said, I love it, Rick, how you have this specific year down. What happened in 1986 that caused you to lose interest in movies? However, I still enjoy nonfiction documentaries. Yeah, I love the documentaries too, for sure. Paul Atkins, I agree. Movies are too predictable, and also some action movies with same actors. Yeah, and the other thing I hate about movies is they keep doing the 3-hour movies. Nobody comes out of my theater and says, gee, I wish they had that another hour. 2 hours is long enough, an hour and a half to 2 hours right there. We don't need 3-hour movies. The superhero movies, we're done. They keep doing them over and over again. People are getting sick of them. We have had a couple really good movies, though. Huge shout out, Angel Studios. That's what we're working on, our documentary torch for is to submit to Angel Studios. They have done some really good movies. Sound of Freedom being amazing. And despite the incredibly important message in Sound of Freedom, if you take that message out and you just look at the acting, the cinematography, the action, the pace, the length, everything in that movie, that was a wonderful, great movie. We need more movies like that. And I believe something like Angel Studios is coming out. Their process, the way they're doing it, the way they're crowdfunding and supporting in these more independent movies, thinking outside the box, not thinking like these dumb studios that keep doing the 3-hour movies, the same junk over and over again. I think it's going to change things and really give movies a second life. We need more like that. Mr. Smelly Potato, I've made myself a challenge to watch every movie at the theater this year. That is awesome. It's a little easier challenge this year than it would have been, say, 20 years ago. There's less movies coming out in the theater now. Although over Christmas, we had like 7 movies come out at one time to choose from. There's a couple good ones in there too. Judith is asking, I got to catch up because this is probably asked and answered. How's Bill doing with his Life Pro vibration machine? Going to scroll down, probably see an answer if we get down there. Hey, it's my good friend Todd, Carnivore Cure. Todd will be at the live stream we're doing with Professor Eid at the end of the month. Todd said, my attention span is shorter, but it's all the agendas being pushed in movies now that I refuse to support. Movies in the 80s and 90s were awesome. Couldn't wait until Tuesday to see the new movies. 100%. Excellent point. I hate that, Todd. I freaking hate that. People are going to a movie to escape reality, to enjoy some times with their friends and family, community gathering. They're not going for some political message, some sort of lesson, some sort of agenda, some sort of hidden meeting. They're going there to get entertained and to have a good time. With social media, with the news, we have enough of the agendas being pushed at us. Yeah, we got to change that for sure. All right. Hey, Emma. Emma, jump on. Let's go. Emma's at home right now. Emma, the carnivore, shout out. Emma's really excited. We did that video the other day about the cat, and then we linked people over to her channel. She just broke 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty awesome. Man, Emma, I'm so far behind now. You've probably been on here for like an hour. I got to get to the bottom. I'm gonna power through this real quick here. Kerry, how do you fit it all in? I'm a carnivore. I joke about that, but it really, being a carnivore has really helped. Clarity in the mind is clear. I'm able to organize, plan, structure things a lot better. So yeah, Carnivore Chronicles new member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Every penny for memberships. Remember Carnivore Chronicles every Thursday, 3 p.m. Central. We have a live stream. Bill, you got to come to the live stream. The other day, Bill, I was telling you, I didn't want you to go buy a membership. Someone donated a membership to Bill. And I'm not pressuring you, Bill. You got enough. You got to just focus on yourself. But everyone in the live stream was like, Kerry, why don't you invite Bill to these? I'm like, Bill is more than welcome to the members only live streams. There's no way for me to go on YouTube and say, Bill, here's your access. Like someone has to buy the membership or Bill has to do it somehow on his end. So I just want all the members to know that. They're like, why don't you just give Bill a membership? Bill can have all the memberships he wants. I'd give away all the memberships. There's no facility for me to give away a membership. There's no way for me to even go in with my own credit card and buy it on Bill's behalf. It has to be logged in with him. So just want to make that clear. But every Thursday, 3 p.m. Central, members only live stream. It's a lot of fun. Some members will jump on. They'll come on the screen. I'll give updates on behind the scenes stuff that we're not shared with the public, things like that. As we go out and film events and we film for the documentary, we share behind the scenes stuff as well too. So everyone saying hi, Emma, hi, Emma, hi, Emma. Faith is asking how much of magnesium. Does anyone have the answer to that? I'm always bad with measuring things. I take magnesium before bed. I bought it from the store. It's a black pill about that big. In terms of the exact precise size, I'm not sure. Maybe Jen knows. Jen, leave a comment if you do. I'll check when I get back home. Oh, you've done fantastic. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Rick said, I'm for one, I'm in no hurry to see the documentary. It'll come when it's right. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. We just want to make sure I was saying to Adam, I'm like, we only get one shot at this. We got to do the best job possible. And that's exactly what we're doing. Emma says, love you guys too. Sweet Pea's great. She's eating her food and running around like a little maniac. That is true. She was running down the hall the other day. She sounded like a horse, just tapping her feet, running back and forth. Kerry is a county. Okay, got it. County in Ireland. Julie said, the doctor told me after the ultrasound that my heart is like that of a 20-year-old. I'm 66. I've only eaten meat for 6 months, but he told me I should eat different foods. Yeah, it's a typical doctor. Hey, Jonah Oliver. My husband's name is Kerry. There we go. I have a cousin named Kerry. Awesome. Quarterback, Kerry Collins. That's right. That's what I was thinking of. Oh my goodness. I'm so far behind if we're still talking about the name Kerry. I think I mentioned that an hour ago. I'm at comments at 1 o'clock still. I hate to skip ahead and then I'm going to miss some important comment or question. There's too many comments here. Nancy Chandler, do you have an abandoned drive-up theater in Wisconsin Dells? We have a working one still in Wisconsin Dells, about an hour from here. It is still running as of last summer. It's open in the summertime. It's awesome. I love going there. Haven't gone there in a couple of years, but it's there. Carnivore Chronicles, Bill, I wanted you to know you inspired me and my wife a ton. We really wanted you to know. Shout out Bill Knott. I'm telling you, buddy. Thank you so much, Chronicles. Tell your wife I said hi. Hope you two have an awesome day. Jen had to sign off. I think we got some activity going on in the theater. Make sure she didn't text me here. All right. All right, I'm going to get caught up here. Oh, here we go. Super chat. Always be yourself. $5 super chat goes towards the documentary. Thank you. I now know I should have been on Carnivore from day one. I'd love to see a segment with your kids describing you, Kerry, before Carnivore and after. That's a great idea. We've touched on it a little bit. Done. Always be yourself. I will do that. I appreciate the super chat and I will take it to heart. It'd be great. Maybe I can get all the girls. People are like, why do you always have Emma, not the other daughters? It's because Emma likes being in front of camera. Some of my daughters don't want to have anything to do about being in front of camera. Katie's okay sometimes. Alyssa's hit or miss. Sometimes she wants to, sometimes she doesn't. Lily will never be on camera. Emma loves being on camera. The reason I think in Emma right now, if Emma's still watching, is because Emma's creeping me out lately. She's like, oh, Dad, I have this video from when you used to be fat from 4 years ago. She has all these random videos and photos, stuff we've never even seen before. 100%. That's a great idea. That might even be good for in the documentary when I'm telling a little bit about my story. All right. I got to get to the bottom. Scrolling. I'm at 1:25 and it's 2 o'clock now. So I'm about a half an hour behind, but I'm getting there. Hey, Kerry, Rick B from Pine River, Wisconsin. We'll stop by soon on another Sunday Carnivore since 2023, 40 pounds weight loss. Awesome, Rick. Shoot me an email, though, homesteadhow@gmail.com, just to make sure. I've had a couple of people come in. I'm almost always here, but sometimes I am not here, or Jen and I will switch off depending on how the week goes. So, Kerry, love your channel. Been watching it from the very start. I've been trying to reach out to you and wanting to participate in your Carnivore documentary, but I've never heard back from you. Shoot me an email, homesteadhow@gmail.com. And I apologize. We have a form on our site that you can fill up. We've had hundreds of people, and they just email me and they say, I just started Carnivore. I want to be in the documentary. We've got kind of a process in place. If you go to carnivoredietmovie.com, I don't know if we have that on the new website yet, where you can register. And then we ask you to send us a video. And I totally appreciate it. And I apologize if we didn't get back to you yet. We actually have a group of volunteers that are helping me go through that, because now we have all of these hundreds of videos we have to go through while simultaneously trying to film the documentary and traveling all over the world filming things. Susan Hampton, you're so nice. Thank you. Carnivore Brothers, Rhett and Ashley, two awesome Carnivore Brothers. I got a video we're going to be doing with them. I'm looking forward to that. Got to meet both of those guys at our Chicago meetup when we went to film Dr. Hampton. They got an awesome YouTube channel. Really, really good guys. Love what they're doing. Heidi Bai says, love your walk and talks. Thank you for caring for humanity. If carnivores won't, who will? We have one another. Let's do this. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the feedback too. I appreciate it. 12 degrees in Texas. Should I do a cold plunge? 100%. You need to do a cold plunge. Actually, I did not advise you to do that. Actually, be careful if you do a cold plunge. You could mess yourself up. I'm not making excuses, but when you just jump in the water like that, you could go into shock. Some people, it's easier to just kind of ease in. Have someone there with you to help just in case. Toby's Carnivore. I asked my doctor for a testosterone level check. I heard from another YouTuber that his level went up after this diet. Have not got the results back yet. I expect them to go up. I haven't had mine tested, but I'm going to. I would bet a bunch of money it went up. I've heard this from several other carnivores. Their testosterone going up on carnivore. You get the fatty meat, your cholesterol goes up. All sorts of hormones regulate and get fixed because of that. Okay, getting caught up. I'm so sorry if I missed any important questions here. There's quite a few comments in here. Some of them are just chatter and some of them are legit questions. Oh, here we go. Kerry, did you watch the interview Dr. Chafee did with Hal Kramer in reference to dementia and Alzheimer's about 2 months ago? As busy as I am, I try to watch everything. I saw about a half hour of it, and it was very interesting. I keep my watch list in YouTube. I use it. If I run out of time, I'll put it on the watch list. So it's still on my watch list. Dr. Chafee's doing some amazing work. I got a video coming up with him as well. It's called Top 10 Carnivore Superpowers. Not clickbait either. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. There's some crazy things that people report happening on carnivore. And I wanted to talk about the science behind those things. One of the popular ones is carnivores don't get sunburn. A lot of people get mad when I say that. Half the people say I'm carnivore. I don't get sunburn anymore. It's crazy. Other people say I am carnivore. I still get it. Something's going on there. There's lots of other things like that, like heightened senses. I noticed that my taste, my sense of smell, taste, vision improved on carnivore. Jen's here. Do you need my help? Say hi. Jen says hi. Did they leave?
Yeah, they're gone.
We just had a private party that just finished up, so we got to we got a little bit of time, right, Jen?
Well, I was going to say you can stay, but I know you want to watch the Packer game, so I'm good.
No, I'm staying here. Yeah. So we got a little bit of time, and then we got to turn over for the 4:00 movie. Jen says hi, everyone. All right, almost caught up. Here we go. 30-day challenge: grounding, early light, and breathing. Gary Brecka's wake-up routine. I love it. We got to do something like that. I think that would be a lot of fun. I really think that would help a lot of people, especially in wintertime, myself included. I was getting out every morning before. I've been doing these blizzard walk and talks occasionally, but every day, get out in nature, get the fresh air, get the sunshine. It makes a huge difference, especially in winter when we're not getting that vitamin D from the sun. Benti Thorson. Can diarrhea come from too much coffee? I've had it every 3 days for 2 months. Yes, it can. I've heard that from Dr. Chafee and others. It can act like a diuretic, and it could definitely cause that for sure. We got a couple other comments saying the same. Almost getting to the bottom here. There we go. Toby. Yeah, I remember Dante Ferrigno said that the testosterone level went up on this diet. I'm having mine checked right now. Not got the results back. Do know yours if you were tested. Oh, I haven't gotten tested officially yet. I'd be willing to bet that they've improved, but like I said, I don't know if you guys were on earlier. I'm trying to get into the cardiologist. I'm trying to get blood tests and try to get everything done at one time. But unfortunately, it's going to cost me an incredible amount of money the way my insurance is working right now. So I've been trying to figure that out with Jen. We're trying to switch insurance and see what we could do there. So where can we get the plan for cancer? That is, I'll put it in the description here. I'll put it in the chat here. If you just go to our website, which is healinghumanity.movie, there's a tab called cancer. It's a completely free cancer action plan. And there's links on there. It's all right there. Yeah, if you have a question, I missed it, please maybe repost it with the QQQ in front of it. I'm almost caught up here. I wonder, Emma, are you still on here? Carnivore Chronicles says, I don't know how to exercise without energy, just starting to be able to move again. Want to fast, but feel too weak. Give it time, Carnivore Chronicles. I never exercised to lose any weight whatsoever. I only exercised once I felt better. For me, I was sick before this. I was fatigued. I was inflamed. I was depressed. I was 100 pounds overweight at my heaviest. It was like I was walking around with a brain fog in the flu. There's no way I could exercise like that. It was only after I lost the weight that I started exercising and feeling better. I've learned so much from the community, starting with Frigna Freedom, Dr. Barry, Kerry, and many others along the way. Learned so much new every day. I have faith I'll beat cancer because of you all. Awesome, Fred. I have faith you will beat cancer too. You have to keep that mindset as well. That's what Jeff's been saying now for a month. He's not introducing himself as, I'm Jeff with stage 4 cancer. I'm Jeff, and I'm on a journey to be cancer free. Fred, you are on a journey to be cancer free. There's a huge thing with the mindset of it as well. That was one of the things incredible that I've learned from Ronnie. You got to have a plan. You got to put the plan into action, and you got to have a positive mindset. You got to be focused on it. You got to be. She was talking about how she was getting excited to do her chemo treatments. Like she had to have a good attitude about it. It all plays into it. Nutters. I'm here in Wisconsin. Also, east of you, lost 51 pounds since July off all my meds. That is amazing. You're down 5 bowling balls. No more medication is a huge one. I know I show this all the time, but I'm going to continue to show it. Those are all the meds I was on. I'm on nothing now. Think of all the money you spent on those medications, all the time going to the doctors, all the wasted efforts, all the unintended side effects that those possibly had on you as well. I like to think about that a lot. I'm so glad I'm not on those anymore. The Shift from Angel Studios is another great movie. I haven't seen that one yet. I want to watch that one. Hey, Kerry, carnivore since March. That's when I started. Down 95 pounds, almost 10 bowling balls. Feel amazing. Gray hair turning to dark. Unexpected bonus. Amazing, Todd. You're amazing. So much energy. I feel 20 years younger. See, I think some of these live streams are fun just for inspiration. There's some people on there, they're doing okay, but just to hear all these stories, all these people doing so good, it sure is awesome. Laura Eileen said, what does it mean to get photos and updates as a perk for membership? Great question. So there's a community tab on YouTube. Oftentimes you can go to it, but if you just go right to YouTube, like on your phone or on desktop, a lot of times it will default to a community tab, and the community tab will have recent videos, but I can post on there like a blog. I can post on there just a picture of what I ate today, for example. So a lot of times I'll do members only photos and videos. When we went to film Jeff, we did a members only video where it was just a little video we did, but only the members could see it. When I went to film Maggie in Canada, I did several photos, and we did a members only video there as well. But we did several photos, like behind the scenes. Here's what Maggie made us for breakfast. And that went just to the members. So if you're a member and you go to your homepage, you will see it. Or you can go to my YouTube channel, which is Homestead How. You can click on the community tab. Only you as a member will see those things. There's other things that I put out to the general public. And then there's a lot of things that I try to specifically put out for members only. Sweet Pea has the carnivore zoomies. Absolutely. That's funny. The dogs have the zoomies as well, too. The energy the dogs have on carnivore is incredible. They're like little puppies again. It's amazing. And then I feel sad that I didn't do it earlier. Their whales are, their tails are wagging like crazy. Their coats are looking clear. It's awesome. Baxter's got this big smile on it. A dog smile. Did you ever see a dog smile? My dog Baxter smiles. He's got a big smile on his face. Oh, now Laura's a member. Thank you, Laura. Really appreciate it. So yeah, check out the community tab, and you'll get a notification too if you're subscribed to my channel, and you click the little notification thing. Like I said, every Thursday, 3:00 Central, you'll see it. It should pop up if you watch YouTube on your phone. You get notifications, or maybe in the email, it'll pop up and it'll say Homestead How is now going live, and it'll be a members only live stream. So it's a smaller group of people, and we share other information, updates, things like that. So JT, my good buddy, the knucklehead, have you found your purse yet? No, I have not. So a little inside joke that a lot of people know what it's like. When are you going to attempt to lose your purse, JT? JT and I, JT's doing the next cold plunge. I did a cold plunge, and the look on my face was that of an elderly woman that just had her purse ripped out of her mouth. I was in pure shock. JT said, he left me a comment. He said, it looks like you lost your purse. A little double entendre there. It was pretty funny. Jack Ryan, Kerry, have you ever had red flushed cheeks when doing strict carnivore? Feel like I'm having a niacin flush or something. Feel great besides my cheeks being on fire. No, I haven't had that. The first thing I would think is like oxalates or something like that. That's usually weird skin reactions, but red, I haven't heard that one. Maybe we'll have some other comments from other people down there below. Usually when I see red cheeks, um, longer term, it's because of inflammation, and that usually is the opposite. That usually goes away on carnivore. But if this is something that's kind of flaring up for you, maybe it is niacin or something else, oxalates, or maybe someone in the comments can answer that one better. Might be a histamine reaction. That's a good one too. My buddy Adam's been having that. Carnivore Boston, when are you having your heart checked? I'm sorry, I'm so far behind. I answered that one earlier. Here, I'll try to answer it real quickly again. I was set to have it checked December 15th-ish. I went in and they were like, no, we tried calling you. We had to reschedule. The doctor's in a different clinic right now. We told you on the phone. I looked on my phone. I couldn't find any message or any record of that. It really irritated me because it was like an hour drive round trip to go to this place, and I was excited to get these tests done, all my heart tests done, and blood work done. Specific tests for my ejection fraction. They said the only time we can get you in is January, and my deductible was met for last year. I have private insurance. It's extremely expensive. Now, if I go in 2 weeks later after they told me to, because it's the new year, it's going to cost me thousands of dollars out of pocket. So I am in procrastination mode right now. Jen and I are trying to find different insurance. They said they could get me in the middle of January, but I would have to pay out of pocket for all of these tests, which, by the way, I don't even need. Like, I want to know them to feel better about myself, but it's not like I need surgery or something that it's worthy of me spending $6,000 or some incredible amount of money. It's basically just me going in there for them to confirm, yes, you no longer have an irregular heartbeat, which I've already verified with the stethoscope. And what is my ejection fraction? I really want to know that just so I can know it and I can share it with other people. But it's hard to justify spending thousands and thousands of dollars on that. It would have been it would have been free a couple weeks ago had they kept my appointment. So I'm really kind of upset about that. Jen and I are looking into different insurance to try to see what monthly payments, thousands of dollars versus deductible, but I haven't made a decision on that yet. Kerry, what brand of deodorant do you use, Kerry? It's called All Natural. I haven't used any deodorant on carnivore. I don't use any deodorant. Carnivores don't get body odor. I shouldn't say that. Carnivores do get some body odor, but I don't get it like I used to. Man, I used to get it bad. I am scared of deodorant now with all of the chemicals and crazy stuff. I've heard some stuff on deodorant. There's like metal shavings, aluminum craziness in it. So yeah, nothing, JT. I don't use any deodorant. If I get really stinky, which rarely happens, I'll just take a shower. Karsten asks, are you freezing when out in the snow in a t-shirt? I'm 100% honest with you guys all the time. This sounds incredible. I sound like I'm trying to be a tough guy. I was out in the snow for 24 minutes when I filmed that last one. I wasn't cold. I think it's like an adrenaline rush. Like you get in and I had shoes on too. People were asking me that. I did keep the shoes on. I get like an adrenaline rush. I'm focused. I'm like fired up for the thing. So I'm going and I'm in the zone. I can tell you honestly, like, and I've been out in warmer temperatures where I'll start shivering, but I think it's just the act of doing the video and being in the moment and the adrenaline going, I was not cold. Did you see it? Did it look like I was cold? Was I shivering? I wasn't cold. The crazy thing is I get back in the warm house and then I put the camera down and then I start doing something else and then I get cold in the house. So it's not like I'm some tough guy. It's just, I think it's the adrenaline rush or whatever. Now it was in the 20s when I did that before. It is 0 today. I think if I did that cold walk today, I would be freezing. We'll have to see. I was tempted to do it today. The snow's drifted so much in my yard. It's like 3 feet high in some places. I need like snowshoes or something. I'm not even gonna be able to get a couple feet. I'm almost caught up here. Would you try pork rind cereal? No, I haven't done pork rinds. I don't know. Like I don't snack on carnivore. I eat like a bigger meal. I haven't had the need to snack, so I haven't done pork rinds. We offer them at the movie theater though. JT, how many car honks did I get from the Montello Theater? 1,000? I don't know. That was so much fun. Shout out Poco Moonshine family. We got 328 people here now. Go check out his channel. He's been doing some really cool videos. JT's inspired me. He's firing me up. We're talking all the time. We're like, what are we going to do next? We did the Cooking with Strangers video. That was so much fun. So many people are asking for more. JT's got all these great ideas. He's doing this stuff on his channel. If you guys aren't checking out his channel, but he came to the Montello Theater. He dressed up like Marshall from Paw Patrol. We played the Paw Patrol movie. He was outside. Like when he told me about this, I was like, yeah, that'll be kind of cool. Then he did it, and I was like, this was amazing. This was awesome. The look on these kids' face and the adults too, huge smile. Just talk about healing humanity, connecting with people. So many people smiling, laughing, just wanting to come and see and meet Marshall and shake Marshall's hand, get a hug from Marshall, and go to the theater. JT was out there and people were honking their horns. He was dancing, and then he left the suit with me generously. I've since returned it, but I used it the following weekend, and I learned all JT's moves, like how to look like Marshall, how to behave like Marshall. It was incredible. It was a blast. I took it one level further than you. I went in right before the movie, and the whole theater was filled with people. I was doing crowd work, legit crowd work. We have a door to the left of the theater that goes down the steps. I'd go down the door, and then I'd peek it open. I'd peek out, and people would be like, ooh, and then I'd shut it real quick. And I'd wait like 10 or 15 seconds, and I'd act like I was coming out, and then I'd shut it. And then like the third time I'd open, I'd run out and put my hands up in there, and the whole audience was cheering and clapping and laughing. It was a blast, absolute blast. So much so, JT inspired me. Look at this. One second. I got it right here next to the desk. I'm getting my cord tangled here. Boom, right there. You guys probably can't hear me, so I got to take this off. JT inspired me. I'm like, we had Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers was one of the biggest movies we had. I was like, man, if we would have had that, that would have been awesome. So I tried to find a costume we can do during other kids' movies. And it's like, Mario can come to other kids' movies, right? If we do like Paw Patrol, for example, Mario could show up. Mario wants to watch Paw Patrol. So I got a Mario suit so we could do more of that. It's so much fun for the community. Like a lot of people just came out. Some of them didn't even watch the movie. They just wanted to meet Marshall. So again, shout out JT. Shout out JT. JT said, where do you buy your dad hats from? You know what? I don't even know. I have had this one. It used to be dark black. It is fading. I think I got one from Walmart. I get them from Christmas gifts. I have my bucket hat. I actually put it on this morning that JT got me. I was like, I got to put that next to my desk because we did that one with Jeff DeProsperous. JT's awesome. He sent some gifts out to Jeff DeProsperous. But Jeff did a video with JT, and JT was dressed up. They had the matching bucket hats on, the matching glasses. It was really cool. Kerry, do you know people who have managed to recover damaged cartilage due to arthritis? I have psoriatic arthritis and I have damaged cartilage in my elbows. I'm starting carnivore tomorrow. I haven't heard of that specifically. If anyone else in the comments has, please leave a comment. I can only tell you, I have heard just the most incredible things recovering on carnivore. I don't know if that is one, but if someone told me that, I would not be surprised in the least. And I do know that arthritis, anytime there is an itis, arthritis, colitis, arthritis, if it ends in itis, it means inflammation. And carnivore is the best at getting rid of inflammation. So other arthritis issues you have, say goodbye to them on carnivore. It is incredible, and it happens quickly for so many people. Janet said red cheeks can be rosacea. Anita from Ketogenic Woman gets that, and she's talked about it on her channel. Yeah, good point. Rosacea. Anita, Ketogenic Woman. We've had her on the channel. She's amazing. She's awesome. Go check out her channel. Carnivore Ron, another awesome guy with a YouTube channel. I've mostly removed myself from the medical system because my physician rejects carnivore. Dr. Barry says to use your own labs cheap. Yes. And I did that before. I did that around 6 months. But I'm trying to get more testing on my heart in particular. And there's some specific tests I have to go to a cardiologist for, mainly my ejection fraction, which I think has reversed on carnivore, but I don't know. I don't know until I get the tests. I know my irregular heartbeat has changed. But yes, I used Ulta Labs, ULTA Labs. I paid out of pocket for my labs last year. I'm going to be doing that again as well. There's a huge difference between deodorant, antiperspirant. It's the antiperspirant, which has the aluminum in it. Okay. Miss Incognito, shut up. I don't know the difference between any of those. I'm just like, not going to take anything. I avoid everything. Shampoo is another one. People think I'm insane. Don't use it. I think I could go on a whole rant about shampoo, but I got some great hair. It's kind of messy now. It's really messy now under the hat, but I got thick, black, dark hair, and I don't use any shampoo. And my theory on it is God made humans so perfect. Did he make them so perfect and then say, I didn't figure out what they would do with the hair. I guess they're going to have to invent some chemical detergent to put in their hair every single day. And then women like Jen, if she's still watching this, I don't care. We joke around about this all the time, but she's always like, I got split ends. I got dry ends. Oh, she's constantly putting shampoo on her hair and her hair's getting drier and drier. It's like a chemical detergent you're putting in your hair. Shout out Rick. I think Rick uses like tallow and some other things. I just use water. And this is even pre-carnivore. I've been crazy for a while, but even on keto for a long time, just use water. Question: carnivore since July, only eating steak and butter because everything else hurts my gut. Just quick coffee, which has helped. Is that a sign of a leaky gut? No weight loss, but depression is gone. Just quick coffee, which has helped. Only eating steak and butter. Everything else hurts. Is that a sign of a leaky gut? I think I covered this one before. I think it could be a sign of a leaky gut. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Quitting coffee, I think, would help. I would say give it some time and see. Have you tried bone broth either? Try working in some bone broth and try little baby steps. Lynn Tucker Carnivore. I went outside this morning, came back in and said, Kerry is nuts. Yeah. Well, today is a lot colder too. Today, right now, where I am is 0. When I went out in that blizzard before, it was in the 20s. It's 0 now, and I think it feels like negative 15 with the wind. So, but yes, I am nuts. I appreciate it. I like being nuts. Tamar Mills, is this live? Yes, I am live right now. 333 Jim. JT dresses like Marshall every day. No big deal. Honk if you're carnivore. Awesome. Okay, let me see. I'm almost caught up. Almost. Susan Hampton, my 6-year-old grandson loves Mario. Susan, I wish you were closer by. That'd be awesome if you could come to the theater sometime. Susan, I believe you're in South Carolina. Is that right? North Carolina or South Carolina? I'm going to get down there at some point. Maybe we can meet in person. That'd be awesome. Get down there some point and do a meetup for sure. Mario, let's go. Honk, honk. Toby's carnivore. When I drop another 100 pounds, maybe I'll do a video on YouTube. Awesome. Carnivore Boss, are you talking about the blue zones in the documentary? Yes, for a little bit, as best we can. We've already interviewed Dr. Tony Hampton. Shout out Dr. Tony Hampton. I'm shouting him out not because he's agreed to participate in a documentary. I'm shouting him out because he's genuinely an awesome, amazing human being and individual. He spoke about the blue zones in stuff. We got the footage. We filmed Dr. Hampton for the documentary, and he specifically talked about the blue zones. And yeah, he did he knocked that one out of the park for sure. So parts of that will be, the reason I have a little bit of hesitation is it's all about finding the right balance to get everything in there and give it the justice it deserves. So. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on these comments. I'm almost there now. I'm at 227. I think I'm there. Susan said that'd be awesome. Awesome. I made it to the bottom. Yay. Do a meetup at Samba's Brazilian Steakhouse in Madison. I will be there. Water, worth gardening. Jen took me there. I went there once. It was very good. That was my first Brazilian steakhouse. And then we went to one in Chicago when we did our meetup. And we had about 20 people or so that came to that dinner, including Dr. Hampton, including Brett was there, the Carnivore brothers, like everyone was there. It was so cool. So, yeah. Brazilian steakhouse are awesome for carnivores. We did some damage at that. We went to one in Chicago. Miss Incognito, I have a huge question for email. Do you read all your emails? I try to read all of the emails. Please be patient with me, though. Sometimes it takes me a while. I actually have a guy. His name is Dan. He's a good friend of mine, also a carnivore, that's been helping me. I'm not looking for pity here. I'm just trying to explain the situation. I used to answer every single comment, every single email. I'm at the point now where I get literally thousands of emails and comments and questions, and they're like this. This is a typical average email for me. When people are telling me like, hey, carnivore changed my life forever, I have a question. They pour their whole hearts out and they tell me their whole story, and they're heartbreaking. Some of these people have cancer. Some of these people are hopeless with depression. So I have to read all of these. Some of them, my guy Dan helps me and he reads if it's just a quick question. like, where can I get your cancer thing? He'll read that one. He'll give him the cancer one. So long story short, I try to read them all. It can take me a while. If you sent me an email and I didn't read it, maybe try to send me it again. Please be respectful and make sure it's important and it's something. Sometimes I'll get just things like, hey, I saw your channel. I'm looking for personal coaching on carnivore. I'm like, well, I wish I could do that for you, but there's no way. We're getting all these comments and questions. It's like, that's what a live stream is for. That's what a group is for. So, but I try to answer them if I can. I'll definitely do that. If it's very important and it's something for me, shoot it over to me. And if you asked one and I didn't, maybe try to send it again. Oh, here's a great question. Kramer's transfer account. Kerry, what is the meal you eat most often? If I got to wrap this up here in a minute or two, but if you guys have any other questions, please post them quickly. Gladly shout anything else out too. What is the meal you eat most often? It depends on it depends. It's eggs. By far eggs. I was going to do a whole video on eggs. The thing is too, like, a lot of people that watch my channel are like, you're eating ribeyes all the time. I take pictures and video of ribeyes because it's such a special, memorable thing. So if I eat a big, delicious ribeye and I reverse smoked it, it took a couple hours, I'm more likely to do a video of that. If I eat a burger patty, I rarely take a picture of it. I've eaten so many burger patties and eggs that I've never taken pictures of or shared. Eggs. Every single day I eat eggs. Eggs are amazing. Eggs are incredible. And lately, my go-to meal, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, has been ground beef, scrambled eggs, or ground beef in an omelet that Jen will make me with some Kerrygold butter on the side. That is my go-to meal. Now, my favorite meal is a reverse sear ribeye steak. I've perfected the process. I've done it so many times now. I absolutely love that. My most memorable meal, there's been a couple, but the one I mentioned earlier was the Brazilian Steakhouse in Chicago with Dr. Tony Hampton, the Carnivore Brothers, Brett, Who's Your Carnivore, all those guys. That was incredible. I got so many memorable ones. When I went with Jeff DeProsperous and filmed him in Canada, he took me to Dwight Garlow's house. Dwight Garlow's an amazing individual. He made us a feast. All sorts of different types of meat, ribeye, steak. Oh, it was incredible. Sausage, chicken, elk, meatballs. He put up, it was like a buffet of different meats. I was in heaven, and everyone there, we sat around a huge dinner table. Everyone there was eating carnivore. It was a beautiful thing. It inspired me too. I'm like, we go back and do Christmas, I'm going to do this. And we did, not to the extent that Dwight did, but we had our own mini carnivore feast. Emma and I did. I cooked up a prime rib roast, and we cooked up chicken, and we had different types of meat, and it was incredible. So, hey, Primal Timeline, Paul, Kerry, a little bird. Alex actually just told me you gave me a shout out. Cheers, my friend. Absolutely. Yeah, Paul, someone mentioned your channel. A couple of people, Paul, have mentioned your channel to me. And then I was like, wait a minute. I know this guy, Paul, because Paul very generously recorded a clip for the depression video I did before. And his testimony in that was incredible. Just you speaking to the camera, talking about how you got off your medication. And Paul listed the different meds he was on. And it was kind of heartbreaking to me, but also encouraging that he was off them, because I was on all those meds that Paul was on. I was like, yep, I was on that one. Yep, I was on that one. Yep, I was on that one. And Paul also mentioned how some of those pills have horrible and tragic side effects. I was like, yeah, I've been there too. You feel like a zombie. You feel lifeless. So, yeah, thank you, Paul. Sorry, I'm going off on a rant here, but Paul, I'm going to be sending you an invite, my friend. I'm so fortunate. Thank you to you for submitting to that depression video that's helping a lot of people out. That was my only goal doing that video. Paul, think about your most hopeless moment when you were most depressed. I think about that for me all the time. I went through depression for 10 years. If only I knew about carnivore at that time, it would have changed my life forever. That's why I'm so passionate about doing that depression video and other videos like that. But long story short, at the end of the month, Paul, I'm doing a video with a live stream. It's going to be focused on depression and anxiety. It's going to have folks sharing their testimonials, what carnivore did for them, their depression, anxiety. And I'm co-hosting it with Dr. Georgia Eid, who has a book coming out that I talked about in that other depression video. So anyways, I'll be sending you an invite, Paul. But yeah, everyone go check out the Primal Timeline. People always ask me, like, you're shouting out all these channels, like, carnivore is growing, whatever. Yeah, that's the point. My motivation, if my motivation was to build up my own ego and build up my own channel, I wouldn't be shouting out these other channels and telling you, go watch this guy, go watch this guy. No, my goal is to spread this word with everybody. I truly believe the proper human diet can heal so many people, but they're stuck People are stuck in this social norm. This is just the way it is. It's just the way it's always been. Sugar's not that bad. It's fine. Seed oils, oh, you're overreacting. We have to change that social norm, and we're going to do it through sharing real examples. Paul has his own example on his channel. Bill has his own example on his channel. And my goal, my motivation isn't to make my YouTube channel bigger and better or to increase my exposure. My goal is to heal humanity through this documentary we're working on and get this word out to as many people as possible. So I'm constantly shouting out channels. I would rather you guys go right now. I'm done. Go watch Paul's channel, Primal Timeline. It's awesome. Go watch Bill's channel, Carnivore Boss. So many good channels. But yeah, sorry, I'm rambling now. I'm fired up. Paul's got a cool channel. He's an amazing editor. I think, Paul, you said you do that for a living for a TV channel. So cool. I love the little clips he does in his video. Like, today's video is now brought to you by sugar. And he's got a little it's like satire. It's funny. It's awesome editing. And it's a cool story. So I'm going to continue to shout out all of these YouTube channels. I hope these YouTube channels grow and grow bigger than my channel and beat my channel. And the entire world knows about the proper human diet. And people start feeling better and they get over their depression and anxiety. That's the goal. You're told you have cancer. You're hopeless. You suffer from depression and anxiety for years and years. You're hopeless. There's so many hopeless people out there in the world right now that don't need to be hopeless. And this is how we're going to reach them. Social media, YouTube, individuals like Paul, individuals like Bill, individuals like myself, sharing our personal examples, sharing our stories, and getting the word out. So, sorry, I tend to rant sometimes. Pete, oh, I'm so sorry. Pete, not Paul. I called you Paul 14 times. I'm so sorry. Pete from the Primal Timeline. What is wrong with my carnivore brain? I'm talking too long now. Pete. Now you guys really got to go check it out. Just to rectify that mistake, let me take this one step further before I jump off here. Primal Timeline. Here we go. The other thing cool about Pete, I don't know why I had Paul. You know what it is? There was another person in that video named Paul. Let's just look real quick. Shout out Primal Timeline. Now I'm going to mistakenly call you Pete, call you Paul again. It's Pete. I'm so sorry. Check out the Primal Timeline, Pete's channel. Here it is right now. Look, Pete's got 786 subscribers. There's 335 people on here right now. Pete, what is your goal on YouTube? The first goal most people have. You're trying to reach other people. You're trying to get the word out. You're trying to do a good thing, right? But if we're putting numbers on it, you want to get 1,000 subscribers, right? You got to get 1,000 subscribers. It's just a fun goal to reach. Get Pete 1,000 subscribers right now. He's got 786. I vouch for Pete. I've watched several of Pete's videos. I've seen Pete do interviews with other people. Pete has submitted to my own channel. I love what Pete is doing. I want to get the word out for Pete and the Primal Timeline. So shout out Pete. I vouch for his channel. Go subscribe. If you're watching my channel, you should check out his channel too. I think a bunch of you already are. So, but wouldn't it be cool if Pete checked a little bit later today and he refreshed and all of a sudden he's at 1,000 subscribers? That would be awesome. Yeah, Pete, I will send you an invite. Apologize, I kept calling you Paul. I will send you an invite for that depression live stream we're doing. It'll be on the 30th of the month. I know with the time zones, it's weird, so it might be hard for you to make it. But Dr. Ead's going to be on there. I'm going to have a bunch of individuals sharing their amazing carnivore testimonials. Just real quick, I had depression, I had anxiety, I had PTSD, I did this, and then this is what happened. Those individual stories are so powerful. So got a question from the Carnivore Boss. Have you considered a Discord server for members? I haven't. I haven't. I'm turning into an old man with technology. I've never used Discord, so I haven't really thought about it. The only thing I've had so far is members. I guess if I get a lot of people asking for it, I'll do it. But if you told me right now I could sign up for Discord, I'd be like, what does that mean? Do I got to download something? How does that work? And so I haven't done it for that reason. But the Primal Timeline, Pete, I got to ingrain that in my head now. For some reason, you're all too kind. Thanks, Cyber and everyone else that chucks me a sub. Truly blown away. Carries the man. Oh, thanks, Pete. Hey, I'm going to hit refresh real quick. Let's just see. Maybe we got you a couple. You were at 786. If we got you to at least 800, that'd be cool. But we got to get you to 1,000. You're going to be there in no time. You're putting out some really good content. All right, I'm going to hit refresh. So Pete was at 786. Real quick, everyone, if you're about to subscribe, Pete at the Primal Timeline. Notice right here, it says subscribed. I'm already subscribed. I'm going to hit refresh. Yeah, that's my favorite number too. It ends in 24. As my friend Bill Knott says, Providence, that number 24 keeps coming up to me. 824. 824. So we got you in the 800s. You're going to be by 1,000 tomorrow for sure. Really cool stuff he's doing on there. There we go. 824. All right, let's end it there. That's a good note. Thank you, Pete. I apologize. I called you Paul 400 times. There was the other guy that was on that same video with you was named Paul. Yeah, but Pete, we got to talk some more for sure. I will send you an invite for that video later in the month. And I don't know what else to say to Pete. You're obviously already welcome to the carnivore community. It's amazing. You're welcome here anytime too, Pete. We're carnivore buddies now for sure. Anyone that's been through depression and anxiety, I feel a kinship with, like they're brothers and sisters with me. And anyone that's doing carnivore, it's like the same thing. It's like, you guys, we've been there together. We know for sure. Oh, there's a couple more. I just got to do this and then we're going to wrap it up. Billy Boy, to God, the creator of carnivores, be the glory. He is good. Amen. Billy Boy, 100%. Thank you for the super chat and thank you for that message. Carnivore Chronicles is a new member. Trond Ivar Hulas is a new member. Thank you so much. And always be yourself. $5 super chat. Thank you. I now know I should have been on Carnivore from day one. I'd love to see a segment with your kids. Oh, I think I read this one earlier, but it's worth reading again. I love that idea. A segment with my kids talking about Kerry before Carnivore and after. I would love to do that, especially because so many people tell me, they're like, Kerry, you're so inspirational. You're so fired up on Carnivore. It's so hard for me to hear that because I have never been like that ever in my life. I was in a slump. I was in a depression. I was in a darkness before. So I'm excited. I'm fired up for what Carnivore has done to me and for what I'm seeing it do for other people. It's changed my life forever. It would be fun to talk about that a little bit more and see the perspective from the girls. Laura became a member as well. Thank you so much. Again, if you're a member, you can join right below the channel. We do a members only live stream every Thursday, 3 p.m. Central. Every penny we get from memberships supports the documentary Healing Humanity. Shout out to everyone that joined. Thank you so much. We got a lot of amens. Appreciate it 100%. Yeah. Thank you, Pete. Everyone check out the Primal Timeline. I'll be so happy when I'm watching Pete's next video. I'm going to look at the subscribers. If there's 1,000 in there, you're going to be there in no time. He's doing really good videos for sure. So thank you everyone so much. Really appreciate it. This was just on a whim. And again, the carnivore community is amazing. Talk to you guys all soon and have a great day. Bye. Beep. Oh, wait, I got to hit this.